Real life stories on display. Gifts and talents in every way. Building up the community. Have you had your 2% today?
All right, so I'm going to introduce our guests. If you have spent any time at Redeemer City Church, you probably already know these folks sitting right next to me. But I'm going to introduce them anyway, and then I think the cool part about this one is I think we're going to get to know you guys a lot better than I think even we do. And then obviously for those of you listening, if you are new to Redeemer, you're going to get to know them really well. So this is Jerome and Erin Milner. So super high level. Again, I'm just going to scratch the surface and then we're going to get into it and we're going to learn everything there is to know about them. So they are married with 2 daughters. So, right, we've got Sela and Kyra, who are so stinking cute. And if it's okay with you guys, maybe we'll post their pictures so they can see how cute they are. And they come from the great state of Oregon, but not sure if you were both born there. We're going to get into that. Okay, but they came here from Oregon. There's a story there. And then let's see, Jerome is the associate pastor here at Redeemer City Church, and he's also a board member and director of church ministry at V3. So many titles. And then Erin is the administrative assistant at Redeemer here and the ministry coordinator at V3. All right, so V3, all that kind of stuff. Again, if you're new here and you don't even like what's V3, we'll get into it. I'm sure we're going to talk about those things. But I'm really glad to have you guys. I was telling Erin earlier this week, I know you, right? Because we've spent some time like doing one-on-one discipleship when I was on staff here and all that. But we've never had like a sit down, like, who are you as a person? So I think this one's going to be fun. I'm excited to get to know Erin. Yeah.
Reveal some layers.
Yeah. So
I told you should have been sitting here.
tell some
I
jokes.
should be in the background. So
Right.
No, we're going to get to know you both. Yeah. So try to keep this, under 3 hours. We'll see how it goes.
Oh my goodness.
I know. Tell me about it. So, all right, we're going to do the first segment. It's called story time. This is where we kind of get to know you guys a little bit better. So what I'm going to do is the first question is we're going to keep it real vague. I mean, just tell us more about yourselves. Family, ministry, careers. Like, how did you get here from Oregon? What did that look like? Whatever you want to tell us.
I'll let you go first.
Good man.
That's a
Good-
robust
good-
question.
Good husband. Yes, good husband move.
Family, I don't know. As you said, we've got 2 daughters. We've been living in Tampa for about 8 years come December, right?
Wow.
That we moved here at the end of December of 2016. Lived in Oregon about 8 or 9 years before that, which is where we met Zach and Cami Elliott, who started V3 Ministries. They were our pastor back there at a church we found when I was very new to my faith. And before that, I lived in Utah, was raised in the Mormon church, true Utahn, and the middle child of 5 kids.
Oh, wow.
And,
Okay.
just missed the mountains growing up there, but trekked all the way to the East Coast
Yeah.
for ministry.
Total
and
flat land here.
Very
Nothing
much
like-
cannot find. I literally
Very different.
came up an on-ramp at a freeway and was like, this would be a good running hill.
There you go.
It's the only one I've
See?
seen so far.
There's a select few here, and they're
You miss
usually
those
ones
hills.
with cars. Yeah.
It's not even a hill. It's so funny. Okay. I love it. Okay.
So that's the overall very
It's good.
aerial view.
I like it.
The 30,000-foot view.
Yeah.
Let's see. What was the question? I remember. So yeah, how we got here, quite interesting. Zach met with me, I want to say 9 years ago. Maybe it was 9 years ago, and he asked me to start a ministry with him out here. It's called V3 Ministries. V3 stands for, the V stands for vision, and vision up, vision in, vision out. So it's actually VUVIVO, which is acronyms. People would be like, what's a VUVIVO? And people are like, what's a VU? And they get confused. It's VUVIVO. And so we would say, okay, listen, let's just make it simple. We would say V3. And the vision is Jesus. So you look to him, look like him, look with him, look to him in adoration, look with him, and look to him, look like him is transformation, then look with him the way that he sees the world. So that's V3. And so he wanted me to start this ministry with him. I said, well, I had a great job with Solomon, and I was like, I'm gonna have to leave all my stuff. I felt really like the rich young ruler in a way. Not that we were rich, but we were,
comfortable.
We
Both had good jobs.
both had good jobs, very comfortable. We had a little daughter, but we, a very, very comfortable life. And I think God wanted to take me out of that comfortability and say, he tapped me on the shoulder and said, follow me. And I remember speaking to God and saying, well, Zach's going to have to ask me to my face. He's going to have to ask. He's going to have to ask me. I'm like, I don't think he'll ask me, because he can be, I'm like, nah, he's not going to ask me. He's not going to ask me to go out to Florida. That's crazy. And he asked me. I said, oh, my goodness.
Shocker.
Point blank.
I said, I can't believe he asked me. So then I said, okay, well, I'll pray about this. And I remember the first thing that came up in my mind was, what about all my stuff? And then I felt really gross. And I was like, oh. And that those cartoons that have, you had the little devil here, and you have and he was like, yeah, you ain't gonna leave all this stuff. Working for Solomon, you get all this free stuff. The car is free, the hotels are free, the Amex card. You're not gonna leave all that stuff. And I was like, I'll do it just to spite you, little devil. And I remember I was like, well, let me talk to Erin. And I remember you were doing better than I was, job wise. And she was like, yeah, I think we should go. And I was like, what?
Wow.
Scooby Doo, huh?
Yeah.
Like, what?
That's like when you asked if I wanted to do pest control that one summer, and you were like, she'll definitely say no.
Listen, that's a whole other story. Listen, you want this to be a 3-hour podcast?
Different
Okay.
podcast.
All right, that's a different podcast for another time. Yes, we did pest control together a long time ago.
Oh,
in our
that's
20s.
awesome.
Yes, that's kind of how we forged our relationship, actually.
Right at the
That
very
is awesome.
beginning.
In the very beginning of our relationship, yeah, we forged.
Oh, okay.
It was a
through the
business
mud.
you guys started together.
No, it's
Or-
one of my best friends, Adam Allred, has a business, and so we teched and sold for Orkin, and
Okay.
it was like summer sales, but it's like really, really hard,
Yeah.
like door to door, and then like we were teching. Erin was teching. So
Killing
what
the
that means
bugs.
is she's going there and she's spraying and she's getting
Oh,
on it,
that's-
and she's like, bees are chasing her, she's freaking
Sometimes
out.
I was running from the bugs.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
crazy.
What?
Not a good look for orchids.
Yeah. But it was a very stressful situation.
It was long
And so we
days,
we
6
went
days a
in
week.
6 days a
Wow.
week, and we went. That's how we were dating for like a month,
Oh my goodness.
and so we knew each other real quickly.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
after
but your
after
true
that.
self comes out.
Yeah, true
when
self
Yeah.
comes
when
out
You're
in
tired
a
and
stressful
worn
situation
out.
like that. Yeah, it came out pretty quick.
A trial by fire right away.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I was like, I think I can deal with her.
So wait, did you have to wear like the whole getup with like the white suit while you're like killing the bugs?
Yeah,
and,
we had to
like-
wear long sleeve white button down shirts, like
Mhm.
khaki
Oh my
pants.
goodness.
Boots.
Okay. Yeah, and you should put like those
gloves.
like weird shower caps over your shoes when you go in someone's home. I don't know, they do that here.
Yeah, no.
We probably should have.
We
So that
probably
was
should
like
have.
your meet cute when you were like killing bugs. And you're like, I'm still.
Well, that's not necessarily how they met. That's how they started working together.
Oh.
a
No,
month
that's not how we
after.
Yeah.
met. That's
Yeah.
that's it.
Okay.
Yeah,
We've
we'll
been dating
we'll
a
get
month
to
or
that.
two.
We'll get to
Okay,
that
okay,
later.
okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we've been dating a month. But anyways, so
Tangent.
all that, yeah, tangent already. So let me rewind. Okay, so yeah, devil things. Okay, and so yeah, Zach asked me to come out, and so I said, and Erin said, let's do it. And I was like, okay. Then we did, and I didn't know what we were supposed to do when we came out here, but I knew that I was supposed to come. That much was for certain for me. And so it was just being faithful to what God puts in front of me and be faithful to the next step, because he doesn't give you the whole playbook of your life.
Yeah.
Because then we'd mess it up. Like,
Yeah.
like
Oh, yeah.
we'd be running audibles. No, I want to do an audible here. I think it'd be better. No, Jerome. See, that's why I only show you one step at a time.
Yeah.
Because you're gonna try to you'll do some zigzag and try to do a juke when you're supposed to jive, and so he's like, like just follow the steps. So that's what I focus on, is being faithful to every step.
Yeah. Okay. So you guys got here in December of 2016,
Yeah.
and I thought it was longer. Like I feel like we had known you because we had just had Emily like 8 months before that.
Yeah.
But I really
And-
felt like you guys were here before she was born.
Yeah.
Like
she was only a few months old.
yeah. When we were in D3, that building back with the arbor.
Yep.
I just feel like we've known you guys for so long.
Well, I
guess.
met
'Cause-
Carl pretty quickly.
Okay.
I want to say 2017, like early.
Mhm.
And I think Zach met him first.
Yeah,
And
they were
then-
here before we did.
Yeah, yeah, because
They
they
came
were.
out in like June of 2016.
No, they came out in August, I think. Right. Anyway, it was
Pretty
like
sure it's
maybe it was June. Maybe it was like 4 or 5 months before we came out,
Mhm.
and we were going to come out at the same time, but I didn't want to break that lease. You break
Yep.
that lease, it costs you.
Yeah,
I was like,
extra.
I'll wait.
You
I'll
were
wait
being
little-
a steward
Yes,
of the
I'm being
money
a steward of
that
good
go-
man. I don't want to
yeah.
break that lease and pay an extra $1,000 and
Right.
then come out like,
Oh, jeez.
I'll wait. I'll be out 4 months. So that's how that went down. So yeah, I think he met Carl, and then when I came out, I met Carl, and we would take our daughters and go to Rome Park, and it was fun. And that's kind of how we met and started hanging out. Then that's how I got introduced to the Arbor. And, you guys,
Wow.
Yeah.
was
Jeez.
through Carl.
Small world.
Mm,
And
yeah.
so, okay, so because I want to spend more time talking about YouTube, and we'll talk about V3 in a little bit and kind of get into that. Okay, let's go back to how did you two meet then? All right, so before the killing of the bugs, how did you meet? I'm following up.
Do you want to take this? You want me to take it?
Go for it. You tell it better than I do.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
We want to hear whoever
Come
tells
on.
it better.
It's gonna
Oh.
be juicy. I feel.
Oh
Go on.
gosh. Okay, listen. Once upon a time, I was a bouncer in a club.
Oh, okay.
I was a bouncer in the club.
In the club, we're all fam.
Club
the
Joy.
kids
Yeah,
say, I don't know.
Club Joy.
in the
Yeah.
dance club. I was bouncer there, and I remember at the time I was going through a really rough time in my life. Really, it was 2005, but it was a really rough time. There's a lot of things that were going on in my life. I was depressed at the time.
Mm.
Only time I've been depressed, so I understand like people who've been depressed and have depression, so I sympathize with them. But I remember seeing Erin come in, and she would come in with her friend. So my best friend, her best friend were best friends.
Okay.
They were dating.
We're dating. My best friend and her best friend were dating. And so he was always trying to like, hey man, guess what? Erin's going to be here or whatever. So I would kind of see her. And
At the time, I had bleached blonde hair,
Oh yeah.
shorter than
Yes.
yours.
she had bleached my hair, and it was like
Blondies.
it was like a little
Yep.
A-cut type of thing. She had her
Oh,
little glasses.
cute,
And
cute.
she would always come up to the top level, and she would never really go down and dance and mingle. She would just kind of just be up here and just kind of look down and be like, and I would
That's
be
who
up
I am.
there.
I'm always reserved,
and-
watching.
Yes, she was watching and like, just watching. And people would come up to her like, hey. Now I was looking from a corner because I was the bouncer. I was kind of in the corner. He's like,
You're
You're
protecting,
waiting
but
to
not
see who
really.
you're going to be bouncing next.
yeah. I'm just kind of
Yeah.
seeing like, I'm just
Nobody's
watching.
talking to this
Yeah.
one.
Leave her alone.
He was watching. Had a really grizzly beard and
Oh, yeah.
like her hair was all crazy. This is before I had dreads. By the
this
way, I
is
had
the
dreads.
Pacific Coast. Oh wait,
This
we've
was in Utah.
got to show. Can we have a picture? We've got to show that.
Please
Can
provide
you
one.
send it to?
We can dig some out off of our flip phones.
Oh, okay,
Yes.
I might maybe.
You should have
If
said
I
that.
will,
If you find your Razor phone.
we'll.
Yeah.
That's exactly what we.
Listen,
I
oh
had a
my
razor
gosh,
phone.
it literally was a razor phone. I had a razor phone until
No Motorola.
2011.
Oh, okay.
Oh, me too. I had one until it was way past.
quick
should've.
tangent.
Yeah.
Quick tangent.
Do it.
Okay, when I worked at this job, I don't want to say what I worked at, but okay, I worked at Abercrombie and Fitch. I was a manager there.
Oh,
I know.
okay.
I hated
Yep.
it. I hated it. I hated
There
it.
it is.
But there it is. I
can
know.
smell.
Oh,
Oh,
gosh, it was
no.
terrible.
Okay.
The reason why I worked there, first of all, is Zach's fault. He told me he said, yeah, I think you should work there. It'll be good for you. You'll be a light there in a dark place.
Mm.
And I was like,
Well,
what?
that's the truth,
I can't work there. He's like, I think it'd be a good idea. I was like, what? I was like, oh. I was like, all right, man, maybe I will. And it actually turned out to be really good. I was able to, share the, a light, be a light in that dark place.
Mhm.
Anyways, quick story. I had a Razor phone until like 2011, right? And there's Apple phones out in like 06 or something. And I remember one of my friends was saying like, man, there's been a huge jump in technology since 2000. you know that, right? I'm like, nah, man. I like being able to flip my phone, and then when I hang up on somebody, nah, I'm done. And you can close it. You
Yeah.
can't do that with the iPhone.
With purpose.
Doesn't
You got
have
the
the
phone.
impact.
You gotta like, and that's what I said.
Yeah,
in.
it's not
It's
as
not the
aggressive.
same.
You can't
It's not as
hear it.
aggressive.
Yeah.
So I remember pulling out my Razor one time, and one of the models there, the workers, I pulled it out, and she looked at my phone, and she was like, ew, that's gross. I was like, oh.
Yeah.
And then it
You
just
felt it.
crapped out, it went dark, and I'm like, okay, well, maybe I'll get an iPhone. I only got an iPhone because of the maps. It had that little blue dot. You remember that little
Yeah,
blue dot?
yeah.
It would
Yeah,
follow.
Blue dot's
shamed
still there.
into buying it.
I know, but the blue dot's what got me. A friend of
Oh.
mine had the blue dot, and I was like, "Wait, you can just follow this blue dot, and it'll get you to wherever you want." You're like, "Yeah, you just type in the address, and it has a blue dot." I'm like, "Oh."
I can't even remember that being
Like, that's
novel
crazy.
and new. Yeah.
That was like, and yeah, I was
Daily
way,
life?
I was way behind a lot of things, which is why I'm not really into social media because I didn't get a Facebook until like 2013.
23,
wow.
2023.
Yeah.
2023. yeah, I didn't get
I've
it.
yet to
I didn't
get
get
on
it. I didn't get an Instagram until like 2019.
Whoa.
You know, so because of that, I don't have the like. I have to work to be on social media. Like, you
Yeah,
know.
same here. Yeah.
So
Oh,
it's
yeah.
like, I guess,
It is literally a job for some people. I
Yeah.
mean, people
Mhm.
make a living.
it is.
at
They
this.
make a
Mhm.
living, but I'm
Yeah.
like, I
Influencers.
don't want to do it.
Oh, I get that. So wait, okay, hold on. Let's get back
Okay,
to
yeah.
the meet cute.
Tangent. Okay, so the meet.
she's chilling, not dancing.
She's chilling, not dancing, and then so she just got out of a bad relationship.
Which is why I changed my hair, cut it short. Went
As
blonde,
women
you know.
do.
Had to do
when
Yeah,
that.
they-
that's what they do,
Natural
you know.
stuff.
And I was like, ooh.
Don't get bangs. Just don't.
And so people were like, guys, you know, we're going up to her, and like, and some of these guys were like good-looking guys, you know, and they'd be like, hey, you know, how you doing? Come on, but very sweet and kind, but just kind of like, but not like, it's like, no, thank you, no, that's okay.
I didn't want anything
no,
to do with
no.
anyone.
Oh, you're so sweet. No, thank you. And I'm like, dang, everybody's getting rejected. I'm like, man, I'll definitely get rejected. Look at me. I'm depressed and I'm looking terrible. My hair's in that stage right before I can't like braid it yet. So it's right in that crazy stage.
Yeah.
And I have this beard and I'm depressed. So I'm like, this ain't good.
You
So
were
I'm like,
sweet though. You'd come up and ask if we needed drinks, and me and my friend, and
I
walk
played
us
the
to our
friend role.
car.
Yeah.
Oh, hey.
I played the nice guy role.
You
I
gotta
was
let her
like,
know
The
she's
good
being
ones?
I was like,
protected
hey,
when
yeah,
she's out
right.
and about.
Can I
Yeah.
get you to your car? Well, you need any drinks? You know, yeah, whatever you need, I got you.
I love
Very-
that.
So-
Apparently, you approached that right
Mm.
because
Listen,
She's still
listen,
next to
because
you.
look
Listen.
where we are today. Yeah.
Listen, that was 2005. It took 2 years.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
It took to 2007 before we actually started
Mm.
dating. It was, yeah.
What does Zach say? Long, slow, deep.
It was a long, slow, deep process. It
Yeah.
sure was.
You were like, come on, come on.
It gets it, and it worked. It worked.
Yeah.
Come on, that's like courting. I think it's like a lost art
Right?
in dating. Like when you
Yeah.
court someone, and then it does take that
Mhm.
a long time. We dated for a while, but yeah. So okay,
Because
So
then
You didn't
start
you didn't
dating,
like
we
that
didn't
we
think
were
that.
dating for a while though. You
I was
were
like,
you
when
were
gonna put a
pushy.
ring
Yeah.
on him?
You weren't even
Yeah.
bashful about it. You're like, hey, we've been dating for like almost a year
7
now.
minutes.
Yeah.
Come on. Yeah. I knew. That's what they say. Those are the memes, like all the Southern Baptist women. They're like, you've been dating for a week. Where's my ring? Like it's
Oh,
such
my
a meme
goodness.
out there.
Yeah, I got that treatment. So
That's
Yeah.
fine. It's cool. Wow. All right. So like 2 years, you courted until you officially started dating, kind of thing.
Mhm,
Okay.
yeah.
And then we went to the
What-
Midwest to do pest control.
And then that's when we started dating for a month.
Wow.
And we really started kind of liking each other. I want to say in 06. So so what happened was,
See what happened.
Here's the cheers.
okay, so what
Yeah.
happened? Okay, this is what happened. All right,
Tea.
this is what happened because she was like not feeling anybody, right? She was turning down. She was rejecting everybody. Okay,
Mhm.
so then what happened was, I left and went and did pest control in Atlanta. She didn't.
Different summer, yeah.
The
So that
different
was
summer,
06?
the first 06. She didn't go that summer, but then I came back, you know, and I was looking fresh. I was looking
Had
clean.
hair
Pressed
done,
in.
Yeah.
My hair was
braided up.
looking nice, you know. And she was like, said to her friend, she was like, hey, Heather. She's like, who's that? Heather was like, that's Jerome.
Oh,
She
man.
said, what? Mm-hmm.
Come
My
on.
friend.
Uh-huh. All right. I was like,
Yeah.
yeah, Jerome in the house.
Nice to
Jerome is
meet
in. No, I'm just- but yeah, it was one of those things where it's like she was like, wait a second.
So after
Oh.
a while,
She liked my
I
hair.
had
Basically,
to-
she liked my hair, and that's why we're together.
There you
You
go.
know, and she was mad when I cut it. So
It works for some. Yeah.
So I had to
whatever
break
works.
up with my boyfriend at the time and asked if he wanted to go hiking.
yeah, we went hiking. That was-
And
Oh,
say-
so then you technically put the
Well,
first move then.
he kept making the moves, and I
Okay.
finally was like, okay, I'm gonna make a change and
Yeah.
well, I was
pursue
just,
him
I was
back
just, yeah, I was kind of
before he leaves because I realized I was gonna miss out on a good thing if I didn't
Oh.
Aw.
turn and
Aw. You were like, I need to
reciprocate
lock
the
it in now.
attempts.
Time to lock it in.
And then that same hike that we went on was the same hike how many years later that you proposed to me?
Yeah, I proposed to her on the same,
So
our first date.
So
Yeah.
our
Aw.
first hike
That's
together,
awesome.
same place you proposed.
So
Where was this
Yeah.
hike? Where
in
like
Ogden, Utah,
okay.
right above where he went to college
It's
at Weber State
waterfall
University.
beautiful.
Canyon, waterfall canyon, all the way at the top where.
Yeah.
And then
Gorgeous
and then
canyon.
like so you hike up there, and then you got to do like a little bit of rock climbing. So it's kind of scary,
Oh, I love that though.
but and it's not
Yeah, a little
terrible.
danger, you know.
It's a
Yeah.
little dangerous. It's a little dangerous. But you get all the way. I mean, it's so high. I remember we were up there, and there's like a hawk that's like 100 feet like below me. Like I'm hawking the hawk, you know.
Jeez, yeah.
And the hawk is like thinks he's like, yeah, no one's like I can get you, man. Like
Yeah.
like we were that high,
Mm.
and you can see almost a Salt Lake City. I think like you can see just all the valleys,
Mm.
and I remember that's where I asked you. Yeah.
Jeez, so
And she
like,
started shaking. It was so awesome.
Aw.
Like
I think it
all her
blacked out, so I don't
emotions.
remember a lot of it.
Yeah. Her face
blood rush
flushed.
to the
Her
face
face
and then-
flushed with red,
Blank.
and she was like shaking. Like
Apparently, I said yes.
Apparently I did. Well, yeah, you did.
she's like,
Two
did I say
kids
yes?
later.
I don't know what happened. I blacked out, and all of a sudden I had a ring on my finger.
Yeah.
So what year did you guys get married?
2011.
11.
Yeah.
Okay, wow. So 13
2000.
We
years.
dated a while.
Yeah, we dated a while, like 4 years.
Yeah.
Oh well, 3 years.
3 years, and
Yeah.
then engaged for about a year.
Hmm.
Got married in
So you-
Jamaica.
You were not as pushy
Oh, awesome.
No.
as some maybe about it. Okay, gotcha.
No, and I knew once we established a church home.
Mhm.
It was actually when I met Zach, and we went there for the first time, which is that's a crazy story. That's just a crazy story. But anyways, I was at this. He's at a Legion Hall, right? A little small little
Oh.
place, and it
Mhm.
was like probably 12 people there, and I'm like, what is this place? And
Out
he
in the
comes
middle of
out.
farmland.
He's talking. He's using his hands and
Oh,
all
yeah.
types of things. I'm like,
The Zach
who
Getting
is
on
this?
his tippy toes.
I'm
Oh
like,
yeah,
who
and
is
it
this
was
guy?
when he was in like holy jeans and flip flops back.
Yeah, he had a little shag.
Yeah,
Anyways,
little
and I was like,
Zach.
who is this guy? Looks like Ben Stiller. Like, who is this
I
guy?
was
like,
that's
Never
so
thought
true.
that
guy-
before.
This guy
That's so
hopping
funny.
around.
That's it.
I'm like,
Yeah.
I
I'm gonna
don't know.
put a side by side of the two of them.
I was like, I don't know about this, right? But Aaron liked it, and his word was solid, and so
The music was different.
the music was
Because
different.
coming from a Mormon church, it's so reserved and hymnal, just not
Mhm.
not my vibe. But this, we had like another guy on a guitar and a drummer.
Yeah, I wasn't
It was
used to that
very
either. I came
acoustic.
from Pentecostal,
Yeah.
where it's like the organ and
Choirs
things.
and-
Yeah.
And so there's this guy, named Brian playing the guitar, and I was like, okay, this is different. This is
Mhm.
different. But the
Interesting,
word
yeah.
was really was solid. It was really good, and she enjoyed it. And that was like I don't think I had been to church for like 2 years. I was like kind of doing my own lone wolf thing, like reading the
Mhm.
Bible every day, but
Mhm.
like I don't need community,
Mhm.
Yeah.
which
Right.
is like
I know.
like,
A lot of
it's-
people go through that.
a lot of
Yeah.
people go through that,
Yeah.
and it's
It's
a phase, and like I'm here to say like you need community. Like
Yeah.
that's one of the most important things. Like you cannot do it. You cannot follow Jesus without community. Like it's
Mhm.
just it's impossible to really follow him truly.
It's true.
So, but yeah, I was like, oh, I need community. But then I found that community, and it was wonderful. And then Zach and I became really good friends, and yeah, and that's how we got here.
Wow. So, okay. And then, so fast forward, you guys get really involved. And then he says, hey, come move to Florida. And
Yep.
you guys move here.
Mhm.
So, and we heard a little bit about how you met Carl and Arbor and all that. How did you guys get connected with Redeemer? How did all that?
Interesting. Okay, so Carl, I think, ran into Mitch, like
Randomly?
randomly. I'm not
Yes.
sure. It was like at a coffee shop or something like that. I think that's the story. But
Yeah.
And they look at each other in the Spider-Man meme because they look exactly like.
Yeah,
They,
they're
they
like,
get
"Hey,
that
you."
Spidey
Man.
sense.
Really?
yeah,
Yeah.
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 Clandestine moment.
So
Yeah.
it's pretty cool because, so
They
Carl,
used to always meet at Buddy Brew right next door to where I worked, and they'd park in the parking lot
Carl and
at
Mitch.
my spa that I managed. And Mitch and Carl would always go to Buddy Brew
Hmm.
and have their weekly meetings.
That-
That's where I met Mitch. In
Oh,
the
wow.
parking lot.
That's crazy.
So I think you
Because
met
they
him
park
before
there.
me because What happened was, so Carl was at the Y,
Mm-hmm.
and Redeemer was, at the other building, and it's like two
Just
blocks
down
from
the
each other.
street,
Yeah.
And they're
Yeah.
like, basically, we're doing the same thing. Like, why are we, like, we should combine, well, it kind of started with them just meeting and just being friends.
Authentically
Cultivating.
connecting.
And
Yeah.
then-
Relationship.
And then, like, V3, like, Zach and I, we kind of encouraged them, like, you guys should just combine churches, like, you're both doing the same work.
Yeah.
It just makes no sense for you to do it right there on that block, and then you're on this block, and you're doing the same thing.
Yeah.
And
Join
then so-
forces.
That's kind of how that came together, which was amazing. And then I
Yep.
really got to know Mitch from he would come to the COPs, which was Community of Practice, which we had a breakfast for the pastors.
Oh, cool.
And so that's how I got to know him, and way before I came here, and before Carl moved. So when Carl was pastoring, co-pastoring with Mitch, I knew Mitch then.
Cool.
So,
And
and
wasn't it like 2020 that
it was like 2020, I think it was 2019.
Pre-COVID.
It
No,
was
it was 2020. It was
early
2020.
2020.
It was early 2020
Okay.
came on
because
staff?
Carl, I think it was Carl was like, you know what? Like he was moving to, we're sending him to Detroit up there. And he was like, Jerome should take my spot over at Redeemer and be a co-pastor there with Mitch. And I'm sure Mitch has told the story, but I guess he prayed for someone who looked like me and like was. And in his Bible, it's like, he wrote down like someone that he wanted to co-pastor with.
Mm-hmm.
And then I talked with Zach about it because I never really wanted to become a pastor, but it just, God does amazing things.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And I've really enjoyed it, and I've enjoyed like guiding people, like the DNA, like really pouring V3's DNA, which is, look, the vision is Jesus,
Mhm.
right? We're Jesus people.
Yeah.
We're going to recalibrate our vision to Him. We want to look to Him, look like Him, and look with Him. So how do I get that into like the body? Well, the fastest way and best way and most efficient way is to be on staff, to do that.
Embodying it.
And to
Mhm.
embody it
In the
and
community.
live it out and live it out in community. And so, and be a part of the community.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what initiated it. And then since then, it's been so much more growth, and Mitch and I have grown through trial and error and book readings. And it's been like almost 4 years now. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's been 4
It's
It's
years.
been.
like
It
that.
seemed.
It's
Yeah.
been 4 years.
It
literally has
seems
been
like a
4
That's
years.
week.
weird that you-
Well, and you guys
So
went
weird.
through, COVID together. And I can't imagine
Yeah.
trying to pastor a church through that could have been easy.
And you were like fresh on staff too when all
Yeah.
that
I was
happened.
fresh
So
because
there
I
was
came in
nothing normal
I came
for
in
you.
like mid-20, like August, I think.
Mhm.
Yeah.
August 2020.
And still new-ish just to Tampa and Florida and everything you're doing. I mean, you'd been here, 4 years before that? So still
Yeah.
kind of
Yeah.
getting your feet wet and all that.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Man, it just feels like so much longer.
It does.
Yeah.
It just feels
It
like
does.
forever.
It
Yeah.
really
We've been
does.
here
Yeah.
a long
Yeah,
time.
I remember because when at beginning of 2020, because Jamie and I were really close with the messengers, and obviously from our story, they were just pillars of faith in our life during that time. So when we found out they were moving to Michigan, like my heart was so broken by that.
I'm still mad.
Yeah, and like shed a little bit of a tear over it, but like so I was like selfishly really just bummed by it. I knew they were going to do something great and
Yeah.
everything, so like I couldn't be upset with that. But yeah, I just that was a big part of our redemption story, and so seeing that they were leaving, I was really bummed by that. But then we heard that like Jerome was going to be kind of like filling his spot, and I was like, okay, this is so okay. Like God, at least you're softening the blow
No.
because like
I'm
'Cause-
humbled by that.
because
I
I
don't know if I did.
because I had started doing like V3 worship nights.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
So I had
Yeah.
started to meet both of you at least through that stuff.
Yeah.
And so I had always felt very encouraged by doing that because there was so many. It was a collective of people, like at least with the musicians, it was a collective of people from all over Central Florida that like didn't necessarily go to the same church or anything. I didn't know anybody,
Yeah.
but we all got together and we all were of one mind, one heart, one body when we were, worshiping and playing music together. And that was so refreshing. And so conversations that were had through those nights and stuff, I'd come home feeling like super refreshed and super like re-energized to, do things like read my Bible, like the things that you're supposed to do on a daily basis on your own that don't have a lot of fanfare to it, like those, the theology of ordinary, those things. So like I got really encouraged by that. So whenever I found out that you were coming to be like one of the pastors here, I was like, okay, this is, thank you God for me softening that blow. So I was really pumped to hear that you guys were coming. So,
and it's not a ghost talking. We had camera issues before this.
Yep.
That's Andrew Leatherman speaking.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. We are always going to have some kind of technical difficulty for each one.
It's fine. The
but,
enemy doesn't want you to hear this story. That's why.
Yeah.
It just doesn't want you. So let me ask you this. Because we've talked about V3 a little bit and what it is and all that. Kind of tell us a little bit for those that may not know, like, what does V3 do? Like, other than sharing that vision of vision up, vision in, vision out. Obviously, I think having that permeate through any church body is big. It's a win. Like, that alone is enough.
Yeah. What does V3 do with their hands?
Yeah. What do you do with your hands? What do you do with your hands? Like.
Yeah, we do a lot. I'll say there's, to really simplify it, I would say there's 3 different lanes, right? There's the culture lane, there's the future lane, and then there's the church lane. So my job is director of church ministry, so I'm over the church lane. Okay. So that would be when we're doing it like COPs, like pastors' breakfasts. That was I have a weekly pastors Zoom call that we go through a book together. Mitch is on there. Other pastors from around Tampa are on there. That's every Tuesday. And then pastoring here, implementing the DNA of B3, the vision is Jesus here. Now with the culture lane and then the church lane, that's Zach's lanes, right? And he also preaches as well. He was culture and future. So with the future lane, we're thinking deeply about 18 and 30-year-olds. How can we impact their lives, right? Yeah. So one of them is the Wayfair podcast, yes, right? That he hosts with a collection of 18 to 30-year-olds. Another one is, what's the one they do on Fridays?
Lab. The Lab.
Lab, the podcast too would be.
They have the Wayfair events.
The Wayfair events.
Monthly.
So they do Wayfair events
they
monthly.
Gather.
Yes, where you have a lot of 18 to 30-year-olds. It'd be like 30, 40 people at Buddy Brew.
So cool.
Right, and they'll have a talk and discussion, and so really like talking about what's affecting their lives right now. What they're dealing with, the malaise of church, like why aren't people going to church? All these big questions that these young generation need answers to. He's doing that through the future lane.
I love that.
That's awesome.
And then we also think about the culture. Okay, how can we, affect culture? Okay, so we wrote a book. We came out here and this is Zach's book, but he came out here to write a book, right? Now I See. And then
great book too. Phenomenal book.
Yeah. Great book. Check it out. Now I See by Zach Elliott. But through that book, we commissioned a composer to write a symphony. Now, the reason why we did that, some people will say, well, why write a symphony? I don't understand. How do you get to save souls and reach people with a symphony? Well, there's so many things that you can say. There's only so much you can say through words, and music transcends words.
Yeah. Yes,
absolutely. Where a book can't. So when you hear this, and it's a I like Zach's word. It's a passport to be like, okay, like he can get invited now to like, hey, so why did you write a symphony? Okay, let me tell you what the symphony is about.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, it starts off with being in a cave, Plato's cave, right?
Yeah.
So we just went to Brno and recorded the symphony.
Right.
And it's so, I can't explain to you how moving it is So we believe at V3s that we start with beauty, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
So we commission also, in the cultural lane, we're commissioning artists, right, to paint. Like we have poetry nights, and like, okay, so why poetry? Why commission somebody to paint? How does that, help with seeing God and actually bringing people to the altar or anything like that? Well, let me tell you, we commissioned this artist to the verse where Mary um, finds out that she's going to have, our Savior Jesus, and she says, "May it be." Right, where she's like, I don't understand. There's a mystery going on here, but how?
Yeah.
I've never known a man, so how's this gonna? But I don't know. But may it be, Lord. So let's say you're the artist. Okay, so you know that scripture.
Yep.
Now I want you to immerse yourself in that scripture, and then I want you to paint. Right. So then that's going to be a reveal that we get to do on December 17th.
Yes.
Yeah, we're
Right,
going to
We're
that.
going to
Yeah.
that.
At Oxford Exchange. Right?
Yeah,
So check it out.
Like, yeah.
Yeah,
So
check
now-
that out for real. Like,
Yes.
we're going. I think it's sold out.
It's actually sold out.
It is.
Unfortunately,
Okay, sorry.
They
Don't-
may
don't-
have a wait list.
don't check it out.
They may have a wait list, but here's the thing. So now we get to have a conversation around 120 people that love art, right? And we're starting with beauty.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason why we start with beauty, people say, well, truth is the one thing that matters. Yes, like truth is a transcendental, it's important. So is goodness, and so is beauty. Now in the Reformation, what they did was everybody focused so much on truth first, right? And the problem now, we live like in a, not even a postmodern, we live in a post-truth like world right now, right?
Yeah.
That's the truth, no pun intended. But that's where we live right now. So people are identifying with whatever they're identifying. I identify with a cat. I identify with a dog. They don't know. I identify with a fish. Like all types of, like whatever it is, right? So, and even people's truth is not, well, your truth is not my truth.
Right. Truth is relative.
And
these days.
then truth is relative now. And then you have goodness. Well, goodness is now debatable and relative. Well, what's good for you is not good. Well, I voted for this person. Well, you voted for this person. Well, that's not good for me because you get this, and if they would have won, then I don't get that because that's not good for me. So then that's debatable, right?
Yeah.
So then we're butting heads like this. So how can we reach people and show them the love of Christ and show them who Christ is and reveal that to
Yeah.
Well, it's through beauty, right? Because no one disagrees. I've never met anybody. You could tell me if I'm wrong. Maybe you've met somebody that has seen a sunrise and said, "Ew, that's hideous."
Right.
Ew,
Well, it depends on where it's rising.
Yeah, I guess that's true. That's true.
Like that.
If
If
it's right-
to your phone. Yeah.
Ew,
Yeah.
like that is
Jimmy
rising
Fallon,
over
yeah.
some hot garbage. That is so ugly.
Yeah.
But for the most part, a sunrise, a sunset, like when you see the Galapagos Islands or whatever, like a mountain you're standing over, you're like, wow. I hiked Mount Kilimanjaro a few years ago and got to see the sunrise. And I was like just struck by it.
Yeah.
Right? And everyone agreed. I didn't have all Christians with me. There was Muslims, there was Christians, there was other people that were atheists, and they were like, man, like we all were in awe of beauty. Of art.
Yep.
Right? And that's God's art. Like Jesus is the best artist there is.
Yeah.
Right? So when we see that, okay, so now we can have a conversation. Do you agree that sunrise is beautiful? The answer is yes, I agree. Okay, do you believe that that's good? Yeah, I believe that is good. I believe that it is good.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me talk about the truth about who's behind that art.
Yeah.
Now we can start a discussion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when I imagine a lot of people that are coming to see this art unveiling, they're not all Christian, right? But we get to have a conversation about who Christ is because of what we commissioned to paint.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
So
a beautiful
it's an opening, it's a passport to invite more people in to know who Jesus is. So
I love that.
that's what Zach's doing in the future and cultural lanes in over church
I
lane.
love that. And
Yeah.
we talked with Zach in the last episode about the symphony and how all that came to be. And I mean, it's shocking how that came together. It's
Yeah.
really
I
cool.
mean,
It's a really
go
cool
watch
story.
that podcast.
Very much
I
so.
can dive into it, but it's. I'll just say this: we thought we weren't going to go. We thought it wasn't going to happen.
Right.
Right. We had like maybe not even half of the resources that we needed to accomplish this, and we're like, you know what? it's okay. It's God's timing. It's not going to happen this year, and that's fine, right? And then all of a sudden, 2 weeks later, we had 3 times.
Oh my goodness.
No. Yeah, almost more than 3 times what we needed to make it happen. And even when we went there, it was so much opposition. Like even with the musicians, and they were like, you know, there was like pushback, and well, I think it should be at this tempo. And Constantine, the guy who, you know, wrote the symphony, who for him was on his own journey. Oh my gosh, his story's amazing.
Yeah.
But he was on his own journey of like coming back to Christ, and he would pray, and the Holy Spirit would use him, and he would write. And I had great conversations with him. Zach had a lot more conversations with him writing the piece, but I got to meet him a few times. We got to hang out in Brno, and I would pray for him every day. And I mean, I prayed for him actually every day since March. He knows this. Like every day I would pray for him and pray for the symphony project. And it just lets me know how powerful prayer is. And I was just like, and even it's weird because I was praying every day since March. And I'm like, when it wasn't going to happen, I'm like, well, you know what? That's okay. I'm still going to pray. Like that didn't deter me.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden we got more than enough. And it's like, oh man, we're all going to Brno. This is crazy. What's happening? This is incredible. There's opposition there. And even like I said, the musicians, when they found like towards the last couple of days, they started realizing that what they were playing was so weighty and was well done, because I think they thought in their mind, like, who's this guy? I'm a professional. This guy thinks he's Mozart. Who's this guy? Thinks he's Constantine. You know what I mean?
It's a
like,
battle of wills.
It is. It's like this
people.
guy is like, you know, and then they started realizing like, actually, this music is really, really, I think this could be something bigger. And I can tell, because even the first violinist, which is like the head over everybody, he was like, actually, your tempo, the way you're doing it is the best, is a better way. And at first he was like, you know, kind of like, no, I think it should be, you know, he's like, Constantine's like, man, I wrote it. Like, what are you talking? Like, like, you know, I'm the one
I've
that
got
wrote
the
it.
full picture of this.
Yeah, I got the full picture.
Yeah.
And so seeing that and seeing it
come together.
watching it come together,
Yeah.
was just like tears. Like, I mean, and just closing my eyes and listening to it, it's something that words cannot explain and words cannot do. I don't even have because we abuse words like, oh man, it was amazing.
Awesome.
Oh, it was epic, and oh, it was awesome. Oh man, it was fantastic. It was such a fantastic time. It's like, no, I don't even have words, because it was like God ordained. Like, and I'll say that as that's the closest thing I can think of, but I can't say like the words of what I experience. Yeah. Like, and that's what music does. Yeah. That's what beauty does. That's what, when you look at art, that's what it is. And you sit there and you're like, wow. You're looking at a painting, you're like, you're moved by it, you're intrigued by it, and you're like, what's happening? There's something that's happening. Yeah. Right. And so
soul to soul, it is
soul to soul. So we believe starting with beauty is the key, which is why we do things like the symphony, which is why we do things like write the book, which is why we're focusing on 18 to 30-year-olds, which is why we're, you know, commissioning art.
Yeah, I love that. We talked with Kenny a couple episodes ago. It'll be up there. But he you know, he does the God's Dogs, and he feeds the homeless every Tuesday night here in the city of Tampa. And we were talking to him about just what an act of worship that is, to serve the city like that. And through something as practical and tangible as a dang hot dog. Like, it's yummy. Might not be the best for you, but it's yummy and it's right there. And there's something fun about hot dogs. Like, it's like you only have them at parties and like carnivals and fairs and
games
stuff, right?
or entertainment.
It's like, I don't know, like one of those things. You're like, oh, hot dog, yay! You like feel like a kid again. And
you know what's special about Kenny is, and his ministry is, there's something about regular, habitual, like obedience,
consistency,
and faithfulness in the same direction. Yeah. Because I'm sure, especially with homeless people, because, you know, a lot of times, like, how do you help them? You know, like, you can't, sometimes they won't take, man, I once gave this, no, I'm not going to say it. I once gave it a significant amount to somebody that was near our church and she wouldn't take it. And I've never had a homeless person turn down this much money. And and God told me like to do it. And I remember saying like, this much, like this is crazy. Like I'm not gonna.
Yeah.
But I'm like, you know what? She's made in the image of God.
Mm-hmm.
So why? I mean, and then it's like you have this conversation. Well, what's good enough for her? $20 room is 50 good for her? Is that not enough? Is this is what's and it's like, you know what? Yeah, okay, Lord, this is about me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then she didn't even accept it. She said, I can't accept it. So,
Yeah.
and then she would give. And she would come and she would give. I mean, one time she gave like $22.
Wow.
And it was yeah.
Yeah. Well, the thing I wanted to draw the parallel between with what Kenny and his group, the God's Dogs folks, are doing, is that they're out serving the city through a service, which is food. It's like this tangible thing, but you need food to live. Like they're actually helping people meet a very practical need for life, for sustenance, right? And then I think what V3 is doing in a similar way is, you guys are providing a service through something that I also think is needed for life. It's beauty can keep people alive in the darkest moments. If you can reach in and find beauty in something, like if God can reveal something to you in the dark night of the soul, which he's done for me, I know he's done for you, like it can literally keep you alive. It can be the thing that keeps you from, like, in some cases, like wanting to not even be here anymore. So I think that beauty, I think what V3 is doing is very similar to like what God's Dogs is doing. Like if you look at it like that beauty is so important, and it's so important that we see it and that we understand it and that we start to see it around us in everything. And like we talked with Zach, like it's like one of those things that's just lost on our culture these days. It's like, beauty, who cares about beauty? If it's not functional, if it's not serving me, if it's not making me money, I don't want it. Okay, but can you just appreciate a beautiful sunset? Like there is that thing that I think we need to recapture as a culture, so that that you guys are doing that, and that's something that is important to V3. I've never heard of like a church, like a ministry, even being interested in that. Much less that being one of the tethers of their ministry and their outreach. So I think it's really cool that V3 does that. And to know, like, I didn't know the 3 lanes either.
Yeah.
And so like the Wayfarer thing, I think that's so cool. That they do that, and that they use it as like a community outreach as well.
Yeah.
And I like that too.
Generation.
Because I've listened to a few of those Wayfarer podcast episodes, and they're like, it's very impressive. Like some of these, I mean, I'm close to 40 now, almost 40. I got a few months left. I got a few months left before I can say
Hang on, man. Hang on those 30s.
I'm going to brag
Hang
about
on.
it while I can, because I won't be able
Gosh.
to. But like some of these kids, like Riley and them on there, like they're real young people who have every distraction available to them growing up, and yet they have these like beautiful conversations, like that are very deep and very well thought out, and that to me is very encouraging, because like the generation right behind us is like, we need people like them, having these conversations and encouraging people to look towards truth, and to look toward like how beauty points towards something bigger and points towards truth. So it's I really like listening to that podcast, because they talk about more things than a lot of other people do.
No,
they get deep. And I love that they meet people just kind of where they are. They're creating an opportunity and a channel or a lane where, with God's Dogs, it creates an opportunity for conversation and to share the love of God somewhere where you probably wouldn't, these people might not come to church, or a lot of 18 to 30-year-olds tend to step away from church at that time. They're really seeking their faith. Or if you're going to an art unveiling event out in the city, it's just an opportunity to share God's goodness and his love and his beauty in a way that might you might not connect with someone otherwise, or they might not just register it the same. So it's a
Yeah.
really awesome opportunity to meet people where they're at.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
Aaron makes a good point, because like a lot of people are like turned off from the church.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's just the truth. Like
Yep.
we got to face
And
reality.
I
Like church
get
numbers
it.
are going
Like,
down.
yeah.
Like it's
We all
it's-
get what, yeah.
yeah, like we get
I
it.
was
God, Jesus,
definitely
yeah, she was
Yeah.
there. Jesus has bad PR.
I went
You
through
know,
Yeah.
like it's you know. So what we get the opportunity to do is play in these spaces, right? Where I think of Eugene Peterson's book, you know, Christ plays in 1,000 places, but
Mhm.
we get to be in these spaces that are kind of neutral spaces, right? Where it's like, hey, you know what? You want to see some art? Yeah, okay. And it's not like a you know, a trick like, we got you. That's not what we're trying
Like
to
a
do.
gimmick, yeah.
It's not a
Yeah.
gimmick. It's like,
bait and switch.
it's not a bait and switch. This is like, we can appreciate art, and then we're going to have a conversation about, to the artist, why you painted this. You know, what was your emotions going through it? Like there'll be a great question, and she will answer them, and she'll share her faith, because that's what her faith is. She's not, you know, she's not like, I was told to paint a Christian thing. No, it's just like, this is what I was,
Yeah.
like my faith, and this is what came out. And then we go, oh wow, I didn't know that Jesus people did stuff like this.
Yeah.
Like, and most people, you know, and so there's like a third way, you know, where we can reach people that I think we don't, as just most church bodies, the Anglican Church or, you know, Catholic Church, Lutheran Church, you know, even like non-denominational churches, we don't think deeply about. Where it's like, there's places where people want to see real art. People need art. We need artists. We need to see beauty. And you know, we talk about often how, I think this is Nietzsche, that the horizon has been wiped, right? The horizon has been wiped, and we're just heading towards the edge of a cliff. And we're like, oh, you know, well, there's a cliff there, but oh well. Everything is so sped up. You know, technology, everything, like the new iPhone 18, 25, whatever it's on. And then, you know, and you're just, we're in a culture that's like, you know, that makes us, you know, that it pushes us like to go faster, and everything's microwavable, and like Silicon Valley is running like time. Like the church calendar used to run time, right? And that the church doesn't run time anymore. We used to, you know, celebrate Advent and Epiphany and all these things, and this is how was the church calendar. This is how we used to do things. And this is how we structured our life around that. But not anymore. Now it's whatever Silicon Valley's telling us to do, whatever the tech world's telling us to do. And so we don't have time to you know, for anything else. People are like, you know what, I'll come to church, but how about church? You do something for me. You come in here with the attitude of like, okay, I'm coming to church, and so, you know, that's why you can church hop. Like, okay, what is this church going to give me?
Yeah.
Preacher, preach, do some message, you know, and then let me see.
Be clever.
If, you know,
be really
clever,
clever.
be brilliant, you know, or I'm out of here.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's the wrong attitude. You got to flip that paradigm and be like, you know, what can I offer to the church? Because this is a church body. We are in a hyper individualistic, like, everyone's hyper individualistic, like, people. And because of that, you know, it's all about us. So we turn in on ourselves, which is what, you know, man in center. That's what that is. We're like, I'm in the center, like, you help me be a better person, and then I'll be a better Christian. It's like, no, like, you're part of a body, right? I was talking to a friend of mine earlier today. I was talking to about, even if you're the pinky toe, I said the pinky toe is extremely important, right? And I was just like, I think about this spiritually. Like, you're the pinky toe. You're out there. You know, we're going through Ephesians right now. Ephesians 6. You know, the armor of God, all the things. That means you're put on the armor of God. Why? Because you're going onto a battlefield, right? You don't just walk without any armor on. But the pinky toe, without the pinky toe, you lose your balance. So now you're going to be out there, you know, with your sword and all the things and the shield, and you're trying to, you know, navigate the world
Yeah.
off balance
Yeah,
already,
right.
right? Because
What
you don't
good is
have
that
pinky toe.
armor gonna do? without
Exactly,
that?
like you're
Yeah.
losing your balance and tripping.
Yeah,
So
you're
like,
falling, yeah.
like the pinky toe can't be like, the pinky toe doesn't say to the arm, like, what can you do for me lately? Like, what
Right,
what
yeah.
can you do? Like, no, like you want to do your part. So we should be coming to church, to community, to be like, how can I give? I'm not talking about resources necessarily. Like, how can I contribute? How can I participate in what God is doing in His body?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Right? That's the key.
Yeah.
And so, but most people don't do the work, don't do the lifts to even understand that. So we got to meet them where they are.
Mhm.
Aaron's point.
Yeah.
We could start with beauty, and then we can usher them along. Okay, this is beauty. This is beauty leads to goodness, and then goodness leads to the truth. And oh no, the truth is Jesus.
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert. Sorry, guys. Sorry.
It's always been Jesus.
It's always been Jesus. Every
That's
the
the
answer's Jesus.
closest to a bait and switch that we got.
Yeah, sorry. I mean,
it's not even that.
it's not even that. It's just the truth. I can't help it. I can't help it. I'm
But
sorry.
it's acceptable for I mean, there's so many missions in Tampa that go and feed the homeless,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
And it's acceptable because you are meeting a practical need. They have to eat. They
essential.
have to eat.
Yeah.
Or provide coats or blankets in the winter when it gets cold. And so I think it's just as acceptable to meet a need of the soul through beauty. It's not a bait and switch. I mean, there's so many missions I think
Right,
that
yeah.
exist that if you're meeting a need, a practical need, it's. I don't think it's like, hey, come see some art and then you're gonna meet Jesus. Like,
Yeah.
it's not
No.
forcing on you. It's
Mm.
like if you want to talk about it and you want to, because I think it's just like you said, the artist herself. I mean, on the 17th, that event, her faith is in Christ, and so she's going to be sharing from her heart why she painted it this way or why she did this or she made that choice. And so, yeah, I think that anytime that you go into, because we talked about this with Kenny too, I think American missions, a lot of times they get it wrong because they'll go into a country and they'll try to colonize it and they'll try to say, hey, we're here to bring Jesus to you. And so you bring Jesus and you evangelize on the bullhorn and tell people they're all going to hell. And then they get saved. And then what do? You leave. You go back to your comfortable little life in America, and how are these folks getting discipled? Where's the next step?
I've
They
also-
have questions and
yeah.
you're gone. What happens?
I've often compared that to giving like a 1-year-old a baseball and putting him on a pitching mound during the World Series
Here
and
we
saying,
go.
go, do it.
Good
Go.
luck. See ya.
Go,
Yeah.
child. Pitch a
Yeah.
pitch
But
a no hitter.
Like
this isn't
here's
that,
here's
though,
here's the
it's-
baseball. Now just go see ya.
Another
Yeah.
It's
key.
more of an embodied experience with God's people. So
Mm-hmm.
you're really immersing yourself into the people's lives where they are and allowing them to experience and encounter God in a different way.
Right.
Yeah.
Like reframing what they see.
Yeah, and cultivating relationships through it too, because I think the thing that V3 does right, among other things, is you do start to build communities around what you're doing.
Mhm.
You're not just
Which is
on
so
a street corner
impactful.
with a bullhorn.
Yeah.
Like you're producing these little communities that these offshoots they go and do life together, and that's what all this is about. So it's
So there's flourishing and there's building each other up.
Yep.
And you're doing it life together.
yeah.
And real quick, just for the record, it's not like we don't go out and say, okay, are you a Christian artist? Like if you're an artist, right? Like for example, with Constantine, and this is something that amazed him about Zach, and he was like, man, when I was talking, he's like, it was like we met for like 4 or 5 months, and he never asked me if I was like a Christian. He was just he just knew that he was an amazing composer, creator, and really even the process of creating something like this drew him closer to God. Hello.
That's pretty
Yeah.
great.
Strengthened his faith. So it wasn't like, hey, are you a Christian? Okay, no, all right, now you can put.
Yeah.
It's
God
like
knew what he was
God,
doing.
God knows what He's doing with art. Like God's in control.
Mm-hmm.
He
We're all
either wants it
creators.
to either succeed or not succeed. It'll either do what it's meant to do or it won't do what we think it's going to do. But it's going to do what it's meant to do every single time because it's
Mhm.
God that did it. We didn't do it.
Yeah.
We get to participate in what God's already doing.
Mhm.
And so we need to get people to understand, like, that's like you're it's going to happen. Like, what's going to happen is going to happen for the glory of God. Do you want to be a part? It's like, guess what? Running a championship team. This team's going to win. It's the Warriors. Like, you know, I mean, we got Steph Curry.
right.
It's the it's a U.S. team, and we got sports. We got LeBron James, and
Yeah.
we got KD, and we got Ant-Man, and we got Steph Curry. Like, we're going to win. Like, do you want to participate in what we're doing or
Yeah.
not? Do you want to be on a losing team or you want to be on a winning team? Like, it's very simple. Right?
Yeah.
Like, do you get to participate, which is awesome. It's like, man, I get to Steph Curry. I get to LeBron. I could play. I mean, I can just pass you the ball
Yeah.
and you can shoot. I don't have to play. I'll sit the bench. I'll wipe your shoes. Whatever.
Yeah.
I get to
Bring
participate.
the water.
I can bring the
bottle
water.
to
I can
you.
participate somehow.
I'll pass it back to you once you shoot it.
Yeah,
Like when
I'll
you're doing
get
your
your
warm-ups.
rebounds. Like, okay,
Yeah,
cool.
that's
Rebound
my
guy.
yeah.
And that's what
that's
it is.
my
It's
job.
like, Lord, listen, I'll get the rebounds, Lord. Like, whatever you need me to do, you know, I'll do, because I am grateful just to be able to participate in what he's doing. I'm grateful to be able to minister to people. It is a privilege. It's not like, you know what I mean? Like, it's
Yeah.
a privilege to come to church and be with a body. People are like, gotta
That's
go to
so
church,
blessed.
man.
Yeah.
I gotta. Oh man, I guess I'll go. Let me go to Dunkin' Donuts first and get some stuff and be late
Okay, I feel
because
attacked.
you know. She's like, I like Dunkin' Donuts. You know what I mean? I'm not talking about you, Jamie.
Jerome's calling us out,
babe.
babe.
Listen. I just came. Hey, listen.
Next time I
That
come
part
over,
That's
is
the
done
Holy
yet.
Spirit. I don't know if you guys go to Dunkin' Donuts or not. That's the
Don't
Holy
look at
Spirit
me.
saying that. I don't know.
Hey, Mitch does too. So you're calling Mitch out
Yeah.
too.
There you
we're,
go.
We're not
You
going
know.
down in this boat alone. So.
See you.
Uh,
That's
Oh,
funny.
that's
No,
great.
I've been
Yeah.
there before, you know, where and I think this was before I truly understood community. But I went through a period, I've went through a few different periods, phases in my life over my lifetime of like deconstruction, I would call it.
yes.
And you know, and they could center around faith as a whole, like, do I really believe all this stuff?
Mhm.
Or it can be like mini phases of deconstruction that deal with like, what do I believe about community? Like, do I really let me pick it apart? Let me go read, let me go understand it for myself. And through that, the Holy Spirit, he's doing the work anyway. Okay. Like, so
Mhm.
like if it's your parents' view of community, let's go sort out what is my view of community, or let me go see what the Bible says about it, right? And the Holy
Yeah.
Spirit does the work there. But like I went through like a period where I didn't understand community, didn't understand it. I was like, do I really need to go every Sunday? Like, what's the difference if I just go to the gym and like get swole? Like, I need this. This is good for me too, right? And so I was putting all these good things against best. And that's really kind of where the Holy Spirit got a hold of my heart. And he was like, I mean, you can go do all those things. Yeah, sure, all that's fine. But I said, do not forsake the assembling of yourselves together. And iron sharpens iron. And like all these things that it was like, finally it clicked for me. But I think people, if they, you know, they can go through that. And it's like you're saying, like, you get to be a part of it. You don't have to. Nobody's forcing you.
Right.
Go to the gym.
I went
okay?
through that.
Go to Bite
Jamie,
Brew, but
that's
but
great.
you
I
get
went
to
through
be
that
a
too.
part of it. And so it took me a while to learn that. But yeah, I think once you do finally immerse in that and then you find yourself in community, there really isn't anything better. It is like a family.
It truly
Yeah,
is.
and you feel that way.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're very supported in so many different ways, like spiritually, of course, but then just all the essential ways of living life to the full.
Yeah.
You really get that when you're in a community.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
don't know that
family
until
support
you
and-
do
yeah.
it though. You know what I
Mhm.
mean?
It's
Like
true.
it's, and I was the
Once
same
you
way.
experience it for yourself.
I struggled with community too. Like, do I really need to? And it's like, so I have a lot of grace for people that are like, that don't have it yet. They're not like getting it. Like, why is it? I don't know. It's not that important. I'm like,
Yeah.
You just,
I got
you don't,
lots of
you don't,
friends.
you don't realize like the church, like you don't realize like what you're missing. Like you don't know what you don't know.
Mhm.
You know,
Mhm.
like I don't know. You haven't had my dad's peach cobbler.
Keep talking about
Right,
it.
right,
I'm
yeah.
telling
So, like,
you.
you
Oh,
know
we're
what I
going
mean?
to dessert
coming over
town now.
tomorrow.
Like you don't
Yeah.
know
Yeah.
what you're missing because you're like, man, I've had peach cobbler before, not my dad's peach cobbler.
Right, yeah.
Like-
You haven't had it, all right?
It's like me and my mom's banana pudding.
The-
Like
you-
you may
Oh
have
my
had banana
goodness.
pudding, but you
Exactly,
have never
right?
had my mother's
I
banana pudding.
haven't had Drew's mom's banana pudding.
Yeah.
But I'm like, all right, man, but I know what that tastes like. It has bananas and it has pudding in
See?
it. No, listen.
If it doesn't have
She
Sue
puts
Leatherman's
extra stuff in
bananas,
it,
it's-
cinnamon,
Yeah.
and all types of things.
Baked with love, man.
Baked with
Yeah.
love.
Come on.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah,
anyways,
no, I
I
get it.
digress.
I
Very,
get
But yeah.
very, yeah.
It's true though. There's something just sweeter. I think with church community, with the body, like being around other believers and doing life with them. I
Mhm.
don't
Yeah.
think you
Yeah.
can
And it
beat
all
that.
happens in the margins. It's not like
Yes,
sitting in the
absolutely.
pew hearing a word, although that is absolutely essential and important.
Yeah.
But it's the seeing each other help setting up coffee or putting
Yep.
flags outside or just lingering before and after or
Yeah.
going to each other's birthday parties.
Yeah.
There's just so
putting
much.
putting yourself out there too, because I
Yeah.
think a lot of it too is if you feel like, oh well, I'm not getting invited to places or I'm not getting the phone calls or the whatever. It's like, okay, maybe you need to reach out though. Maybe
Yeah.
if we're gonna do community, like
Gotta show up.
let's put ourselves out there too and
That was-
get
yeah,
something together.
Because that was something like when Jamie and I, we'd have our times where we were kind of struggling with like wanting to be part of, community. We wanted to be part of the family of God, but we had both had times of where we're just, you didn't think that was necessary. But like, through that, you can't listen to enough like sermons or podcasts or
Yeah.
read enough books to be able to get to like what you said in the margins,
Margins, yeah.
because with the living the life with other people, having conversations with other people who are going through their journey with Christ and everything, and then like when you're reading something or listening to a message or listening to whatever you're listening to, it's very one-sided, and that iron's not sharpening the iron. And then at times you may be using like confirmational bias,
Yeah.
with whatever you're struggling with. Like, let me find somebody who already agrees with me and let me
Right.
galvanize that,
Yeah.
as opposed to let me find something where somebody's talking about this diving into scripture or whatever. You need that in your friendships, in your community. You need people to be like, hey, read this in scripture.
Yeah.
If you're struggling with that may help you. Or like, let's pray together. You need all of that, and you can't get that from just listening to something.
Well,
Yeah.
and just friendship, just fun. Like
Yeah.
what that's
Mhm.
come on, that's like a lost art too. Like just like in friendships,
Yes,
like
it
the
is.
art of having fun and just like enjoying each other's company and things like that. It's so funny every time we go to the park, Emily makes a friend, and you watch this interaction between kids,
They're so
and
great.
it's the easiest thing. They just walk up and they're like, "Do you want to be my friend?"
I'm so
They
jealous
don't even
of
know their
that.
names.
They
They're
they
just
go
friends.
running
Yeah.
and just playing and stuff. The other
You
kid,
want to play with me?
she's
Yeah.
burying
Yeah.
a kid in sand at the park yesterday that she just met, and I'm like, oh, this isn't weird at all. But it's like adults can't do that, you
Yeah.
know. So there's like this lost
Mhm.
art of like silliness and just like this
Mm.
that free feeling of like we're just gonna be friends because we just said it. There's no like what can you do for me and what can I do for you, and there's none
We
of that.
both just want to play, and so
Yeah,
we're
Yeah.
gonna get
just
along
be
and have a good time.
friends. I mean,
Yep.
I love that, and I think community, when you find a good community and you feel like plugged in a place, it does feel like that happens more. Like it is more organic.
But typically, when you find a community where you feel really plugged in, it's typically because you've done some of the plugging in of your, like you've
Yeah.
sought out or you've offered your
Show up.
services or your skill set or what or put yourself. Hey, I heard you guys are. One I did for myself that I thought was really out of the ordinary for me was I heard that like Nick and Daniel were working out in Nick's
Yeah.
backyard.
Mm-hmm.
And I invited myself, and I was like, "This is so weird. I don't know these guys very well." And hey, can I work out with you guys? Because they were
Especially
working.
I was gonna go, man, but it said like 9
It's
o'clock at
yeah,
night. I'm
we-
like, "Hey, come on, man.
We
I'm
all
like,
put our kids to
Sometimes
bed,
we
and then
are.
we go and
Yes.
we go and work
Too
out.
late.
So
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah, I'm slowly, and this is another conversation for you and I, Jerome, but
Okay.
like slowly
Okay.
getting to the point of feeling convicted about what time of day I work out. So
because you won't wake up early and do it.
yeah, so
But
I'm getting there. I'm
but your
slowly,
point
but
being, you've
yeah.
become so close with these guys.
Yeah,
now.
and part of that was me putting myself out there because I knew these guys were men of God who were doing everyday thing that I enjoyed doing, And I was like, well, okay, I want to plug in with them. And then, conversations didn't start the first, few times we worked out. We talked about everything but deep things, but it naturally became like, I would say almost an accountability group, because, we'll have conversations that are very deep and then very dumb all within a minute.
Yeah.
I've heard some of them.
And she's seen some of the group texts that we have with each other and stuff, but
Oh
it's
my gosh.
like, to me, that was a beautiful, authentic, like, small community of men that I've connected with. And part of that was because I had to put myself out there. So there's a need for that at some point, whenever you're like, okay, I have something to offer. God has instilled a gift in me, or a thought in me. Let's share it. Let's plug in.
They need your gift. That's what's, as you were talking, I was thinking that's what's amazing about, and you found that community, that even micro community, right?
Yeah.
From the community of church.
Yep.
And it's like I don't know why I'm thinking this, but I've never been on a crew like rowing, I'm just thinking of like on those big long like boats.
Yeah.
And what if I was just rowing by myself?
Right.
Like I can get, I'm not going very fast. But if you get like, imagine you had a boat and like everybody's rowing in the same direction with like how fast like you would go, and you would like feel like the power and the force of like, woof, woof, right? And it's like, I'm just
the camaraderie that comes
and the camaraderie
from
and like
and working towards a similar goal.
Everybody's working for the similar goal. Like, I want to become more like Christ. Like, I'm going to help you. I want you to be accountable for me. I'm going to be accountable for you, and we're going to grow, and we're going to celebrate, what we've done throughout the week on Sunday. Like, that type of mindset is like, man, is everybody? I don't even think everybody in every church is rowing in the same direction, right?
Right.
But imagine. That's just a metaphor just for rowing. But imagine if everybody in the church, to your point about like the 2%, like if everybody was like, you know what? I'm ready to come and worship today. I'm gonna turn my vision up to Christ. And it's not just about the word. I'm here for, to bring peace. That's what, when we talk about like, when we talk about, oh, everybody greet, everybody shake hands and say hello to your neighbor or whatever. Like, that's the giving of peace is what it was called, right?
Yep.
The giving of peace.
Yeah.
So like, it's like I'm offering you peace, right? And so when we have that mindset, and we all are rowing in the same direction, we're all praying for, like, how can I be praying for you?
Yeah.
You don't have peace right now? Okay, tell me what I can be praying for, and I'll be on that.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Shouldering burdens.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Imagine 100 people doing that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Whoa. Now, very, very powerful churches all over the city.
Yeah.
Like if I'm if I'm the enemy, like I think like the enemy, you know what I mean? So I know, you know what I mean? Because we're already, debased in mind. So I'm like, I already know like his tactics and what he's going to do. And if I were the enemy, I wouldn't want that.
No. Yeah.
I wouldn't want that.
Don't want unity.
I won't.
Right.
No.
Right.
I mean, like the Art of War 101, like divide and conquer. Like it's very. I mean, he's using the oldest tricks in the book.
Yep.
Right. And that's what we use. Like, we can divide, and then we can conquer. But if people are a unit together, a body of prayer and worshipers,
Yep.
get out of here.
Agreed.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
And that's
So-
I think that's why this idea for this podcast came about, because the idea of it being a smaller number of people that have this vision of, okay, wow, we really are 24/7, 365 worshipers. Like there's worship's already going on in the unseen realm. We're just joining it. And so how can we look at every minute of every day, how can I find an opportunity to actively worship, like to engage in worship, and it's just that it's finding those places and that margin in your day to go, ooh, here's a good opportunity for me to like engage in worship. I'm going to pray. I'm going to listen to some worship music. I'm going to praise. I'm going to lift my hands. I'm in my car. I'm going to sing, like whatever that looks like for you. But there are opportunities all day long for that.
But you got to be intentional. You got to be intentional.
That and something that Zach said when we talked to him, and that just like I had this moment was there's that scripture that says, whatever you do, whether you eat or drink, whatever it is, do it all for the glory of God. And his point was that doesn't matter what you're doing. Everything is an act of worship if you're doing it for the glory of God. So if you're at work, typing away, doing your TPS reports, whatever it is you're doing, if you're parenting your children, like it's all
That's a
an
hard one.
opportunity
Yeah.
for worship.
Yep.
And so what does that look like? And so like, that's why we have these conversations, is because we want this body of believers to go, what does that look? What would that look like? You know?
Yeah.
And I'm sure in a church our size, like there are folks that already think that way. I didn't. We didn't. You know, it's like you don't think of those opportunities that you have all day long for these little moments. You know, between you and God, between maybe and like an act of worship, like with you and your spouse, of going, man, listen to how God blessed me today. Listen to what God told me today. Like,
Right.
is that happening? Are we doing this? So like just having that number kind of from this 2%, like grow and grow and grow. So actually, it's a good segue. Let's bring it back to the 2% questions, because I want to go there with you guys. So I'm going to be skipping some questions, but that's okay.
Skip some questions and go back, whatever you need to do.
Let me do this. So before we go right into the 2%, which is the meat and potatoes of this, I'm going to make you guys tell us something funny about yourselves.
Funny or interesting?
Funny or interesting.
Funny, interesting,
Yeah.
something that maybe
Doesn't have to
not
be,
other,
like,
not
embarrassing,
the
but it
average
can be 'cause
person
it's
would
funny.
know.
Not the average
Yeah.
person would know.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm like really looking at you.
So Erin,
That's hard.
Maybe,
I don't know. It's normal for me. So what's funny to you?
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's
Erin,
yeah,
can
yeah.
Erin tell a funny story, or maybe like something interesting about myself? Because I can't think of anything right now.
Sure.
And then I can do something about her.
Okay.
Can
Yeah, you have to
I-
switch.
Can I throw one out there that I know about you?
Please.
Sure.
What?
Yes.
You were track and field, right?
Yes.
And you were a tight end?
No.
Okay, I was wrong.
Wide receiver.
Wide
Okay.
receiver for
Same thing to me.
Not in college though. In high school.
In high
But
school, okay.
In college, I ran track.
That's what it
400,
was.
yeah.
Okay.
He was training for the Olympics.
Athlete of the year, once upon a time, athlete of the year.
Oh,
It's
excuse me.
He still holds a record at Weber State. He was up there last
No,
summer
I
with
don't
Sealand.
anymore. It's second.
Oh, did they
sorry,
honor you at the
forget
game?
that.
Did they honor
But-
you at the game? That was
But
awesome.
you know, Crystal Crest Athlete of the Year 2004.
There we go.
Man, I'm old.
Well, you had got to take Sheila
Don't
and
say
show
the
her
year.
your
Why did I say the
block.
year?
Yeah.
I'm so old.
That's so cool, though. That's amazing.
Someone,
Oh.
some millennials. No, what is it? Gen Z now.
Gen Z.
Heard me say 2004, and I was like, man, I was born in 2006. What's going
Yeah, right.
Okay. Nope, I'm not going there. We're not
That's
talking
right.
about that. We're
I had-
old.
Oh, yeah,
had-
here's something
yeah.
interesting. I was born in the 1900s.
I
so
know.
Yeah.
Aged.
Feels old.
Yeah.
But I will say that about Jerome that's very unique to him and really makes him stand out is his discipline. If he wants to dedicate himself to something, he's all in and
Mhm.
committed fully. Whether it's being the best pickleball player he can become, his
The
current
current one.
aspirations,
The current
Yeah.
All the rage right now.
or if
Yeah.
it's basketball, he wanted to hone all of his skill and just he was dedicated. He really would go in and just drill to make it the best. He would just want to use his gift the best that he could.
Yeah.
Or if it's track and field or whatever it is, his dedication.
It's always
is-
sports, people. It's always
No,
No,
sports.
I was going to say,
It's
because
just where
that
you see it the
translates over
most.
into everything
His
you
morning
do, right?
meditation, his prayer life, like he.
Oh, don't give all the
he's-
secrets.
He
Mhm.
does it. If he says he's going to do it, he's doing it.
Discipline, man.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yep.
That is
We talked
awesome.
about the theology of ordinary with Mitch and how all of that, all those small daily activities that you do, that discipline that you have and that consistency, how it builds up into a lifestyle of.
Yep.
Yeah, the things that don't have like a ton of fanfare to it, that
Right.
like are like
Doing
Mhm.
after hours in the dark where no one's
Yeah.
watching.
Well, you
getting
said
up at 6:30.
you said something
Ew.
about opportunities, and like so, like that's kind of how I view. Like I have like this movie role in my life where I get like in my life I have opportunities are all around me, right? So I have opportunities to exercise the fruits of the spirit. I have
mhm.
opportunities to exercise self-control, to exercise long-suffering, to exercise patience when the older lady cuts me off in traffic.
Mhm.
Not to be like honk,
Yeah.
I have an opportunity to react a certain way.
Mhm.
I have an opportunity to love my wife
Mhm.
deeply, right? I get all these opportunities, even if she's mad at me, and maybe she's like, like, Mom, and she's mad or whatever. And I have an
Never
opportunity to be
happens
like, you know what? It's like, this happened yesterday. No, I'm just kidding.
whether
This happened 2
whether
minutes ago
you
when we came
caused
here.
it or
No,
not.
whether I caused it or not, whether I'm right or wrong, it's like, it's not about winning. It's like, I have an opportunity to love my wife regardless, because that's my call, is to wash her with the word, to love her. And I think a lot of guys, man, I love my wife. I'll die for my wife. It's like, no, man, like, you are supposed to give her the advantage and love her like the way that Jesus loves the church. How did he love the church? Right? He was a servant. So I'm always serving her all the time.
I do the dishes a lot.
Checklist. I do the dishes all the time. No, but I mean, again, whether it's my wife, whether it's my kids, like you said, with our children, we have opportunities. I have opportunities with my daughter to love her through her temper tantrums. Like, she had this crazy temper tantrum the other day. It was insane. It was insane. She literally was on the Sela was sitting with Erin.
You're tangenting.
She's like,
I'm
"Don't tell this
tangenting.
one."
She said, "Listen." She said at the beginning that I do
Don't
tangents.
talk about my children.
She do. She did. Okay. All to say is that I have an opportunity to sit down and be calm with her and explain to her, like, listen, this is why you're in trouble. This is why you're going to bed early, and wait for her to calm down and understand, what I'm saying. And she's like, okay, I understand.
Yeah.
And she apologized to you, apologized to me for acting crazy, and kicking her feet, and because she's acting like a 2-year-old tantrum.
Yeah.
Like, that's fine. She's just, and that's the only thing about 2-year-olds. They're amazing, but they're just uncivilized. So it's like, so like they're she's
Unfiltered,
amazing.
yeah.
They're unfiltered, uncivilized little human beings.
Yeah.
And she has big emotions, but also she understands, like, man, I was out of control.
Yeah.
And so the fact that she's, knows that and is, and I know adults right now that are not like that.
Yeah,
That
right.
can't admit, like, man, I was wrong.
Recognize where they're wrong.
Like,
and then admit it.
my bad. She's like, my bad, Mama. Mama, I'm sorry for taking Siva's seat. I know I shouldn't have. I'm sorry.
That's good.
And I'm like,
Yeah.
I love you, little girl.
I know. Whenever like your child comes up to you and apologizes for something, like whenever Emily does, like we're always like, there's been plenty of times where like, how how many adults, mommy and daddy's age, can't do what you just did. Like if you learn this young, if you learn how to like own up to your mistakes, be humble, apologize for them, try to, like, So
wait,
that's beautiful.
Your interesting thing cannot be that you were born in the 1900s.
Yeah.
Come on.
I mean, I think we all were. So.
Yeah, we all
Yeah.
were. It's
Yeah.
not
I know,
you.
right? Yeah,
Come
I think we
on.
were.
Yeah.
Come on. What else? What can you give us?
Interesting or unique or funny? I don't know.
About you?
Yeah.
Everything.
What's the secret?
Man, Erin she's, gosh, let me think.
Well, if she was
I'm trying to think of one that I can like.
in the club with the blonde hair. Let's say what's.
She's.
You say I know
She
a
has-
lot about a
Oh,
little
oh.
about a lot.
Oh, she has all these random. She's super smart. Like you don't understand. She just knows,
unnecessary ways.
Like Jeopardy.
like no
you-
Jeopardy. Like
No, I
Erin
don't
knows
even know if I can
things.
do Jeopardy, but I just know.
Yeah, she
random
just
facts.
knows random things.
Okay.
Like
Yeah.
like things that I wouldn't know. Like I remember once. Okay, listen.
Oh no.
I didn't know what a puffin bird was. Okay.
Oh yeah.
a,
Like from
a puffin
puffin?
bird.
Like
A puffin.
Does it look like a
It's
penguin?
just called
Like
a puffin.
pink?
It's just
Okay.
like a puffin.
Okay.
I'm like, I don't know what that is, right?
Yeah.
And so I seen
It's
this.
like on a screensaver.
And this is just one random thing. There's like a million of these. Like every single day this happens. And she's like, oh, that's puffin. I'm like,
My parents are.
what?
birds.
Okay.
I'm all,
Sure.
that looks like
Knowledge
that
from
looks
the
like
parents.
Toucan Sam. Like, what are you, a puffin? I'm like, you just make this stuff up. No, it's a puffin. And I'm like, okay, you know what? That sounds made up right now. So I'm going to fact check because we have Google and ChatGPT.
And you were
and,
wrong.
boop, and every time
Probably
I'm
learned
wrong
about
every
before
time.
Internet was even a thing.
I'm wrong before internet was. I'm wrong every. It could be the smallest thing about.
I don't know anything about
Oh, I'll tell you this. I'll tell you a few things. Okay, that's one. Secondly, she is like the fixer upper of the house. Like
Oh.
I am not like a manly man.
Like
by
a handyman?
I am not a handyman.
Okay.
Okay.
Right? I'm a strong man, but not a handyman.
Got
Right.
Erin has the tool belt and the tool chest, like the tool
Respect.
box.
I-
Like
Right.
mhm.
she
If I
has
ask him
it.
for a Phillips screwdriver, he
I'm like,
doesn't
which
know.
one's that? Which one's that?
He's
That's
like, "Can you
not.
grab me
Is
an
that the one
Allen
with the
wrench?" I was
2
like, "What's
handles
that?"
that like
Yeah,
open?
exactly. She's like, no, it's not. Like she puts things together, and she just like that's just her thing.
Wow, cool.
So that's two. A third thing that I've always loved about her is like, so she like, if we ever get into an argument or whatever, right, and I'm upset, she has this ability. She has like a secret power.
Uh-oh.
She has a power. I've been mad before, like mad,
Mhm.
and she can just go like this,
Oh.
and it goes away, and I'm like, no, bring it back.
Jedi mind trick.
I'm like,
want to be angry.
Yeah.
like I'm like, how did you do that?
Calm
Like,
you will be.
she, like, so
Yeah.
she used to be
The
massage.
force.
She used to be a massage therapist
Mm.
as well
For 9 years.
for I thought it
Wow.
was 10. Anyway,
Good
9, 10.
night.
But she has something special about her hands that she can just like a calming, like she has like a gentle touch. And what's really awesome is that my youngest daughter has that too.
Mm.
So my youngest daughter will do the same thing. Well, I'll be yesterday I was reading, and she comes up to me, and she goes, she just rubs my back like this with her
Aw.
little
It's
like
little
a
tiny
sheep.
little
She'll do
hand.
that to
Oh.
seal
That
it too.
is-
And then she
Oh.
looks at me. She goes, "I love you, Dad."
Oh, that's
Just out of nowhere, I'm like, "You don't want a
Like
popsicle or nothing? Like, you
heartmelted.
don't want anything?
Yeah.
Like, what
What
do you want? You want some
Here's
snacks?"
$100.
the ice
Like-
cream truck. I don't
Like,
hear it.
she's like, I just love you, Dad. And she would just like rub my back, and I'm just like,
It's the
I don't,
best.
I don't, you know, you can keep on doing tantrums. It's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Like, you know, when you do that, like,
I
Chucking
forgive
books
you.
against
makes
the
you-
door.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
alright.
chucking books against the door. It's
Love
okay.
it.
It's
Oh
okay.
my gosh, that's so funny. I always get this sense from you that you have very calming presence, you know.
It's
Yeah.
a super. It literally. I'm serious. It's a superpower. And
Mm.
there's. She has a super like eyesight, nose, ears. Like even today, like she was
Like a
hearing.
bloodhound.
She's like a
It's
bloodhound.
not to my
She has
benefit
she
sometimes.
has a bloodhound nose. Like she can smell. Like she's like, I think there's a fire or
If you
something
ever
burning.
think about if I was to
Goodness.
lose one of my senses, which one it would be? I don't think I would ever want to lose my sense of smell.
Really?
Yeah.
Because
Okay.
I feel like that helps me to stay away from dangers or know when something's off or doing,
Whoa.
you know?
Like she can smell mold.
makes-
Like I smell mold. And what? Where?
Yeah.
She's up there in that
Interesting.
corner.
Yeah.
Like, what? And then be mold. Ah!
Watch it save your
Like,
life one day. You'll see.
I
Listen.
know.
You don't know.
She's like, are you cooking something? I'm like,
I'd be like,
oh
"Your-
yeah, I was.
If you're
Your
trying
eggs
to
are
hide
burning.
a snack and you're like, no.
No, yeah.
How did you know I was
Oh,
making
oh,
eggs?
yeah. Okay.
I would hear the crinkling of the
Okay,
wrapper.
listen,
'cause
okay,
they're-
here's-
Yeah, right. Yeah.
I got one. Can I give you one
Audible.
more about
Yes.
her? Can I give you one
Yeah,
more about
do
her?
it.
Okay. Like, annoyingly, she just knows me really, really well, and it's really annoying. Like, I can't ever hide anything.
Well, yeah, good.
Like, it's like,
I am married to you.
like, yeah, it's true. But I mean,
We've been
it's, I
together
mean,
a
like,
while.
I'll go out and maybe I'll have like some like. I remember I tried to sneak some. I went to a Waffle House like whatever it was 2 years ago, whatever. Yeah, I know. I just had to have a waffle. I wanted a Waffle House, and then I come
Smothered
home.
and covered.
I,
Yeah.
no, man.
Oh,
I
he
cleaned up and
drinks the
everything,
whole bottle of
and
syrup.
I was like, I came home and she was like, "Hey, you hungry?" And I'm like, "No, I'm not that hungry right now." She goes, "Did you eat already?" What do you mean? Like what do you mean?
Didn't even bring me.
I'm like,
Yeah.
what do you mean? I mean, what do you mean? What do you mean? Where'd you go? Why do you think I ate somewhere? Because you're not saying that you didn't. Well, I mean, why do you think I ate somewhere? Where'd you go?
That sounds
You go-
like
you
an
go Daily
early
Eats?
2000s sitcom.
Did you go to Waffle House?
plot.
And I'm like, how do you know these things?
Did you
I'm like, yes, I went to Waffle House. Okay, I had a waffle. I had it. I was delicious.
That's
She's
a
all,
force.
she's
That's
all,
good
yeah.
for many
She's-
things.
Clairvoyant. No, we don't believe in that. We don't call that.
No. But she has
Oh my
superpowers.
gosh, that's so funny. Wow. Okay. All right. Those were good. All right. We're gonna
Right.
move in the 2%
Okay.
questions. And yeah, I'm gonna like volley between you guys. So, Jerome, how did you discover your artistic talent? Which could be a trick question because I want to know if you think you are an artist. And at what point did you decide to use your gifts for the Lord?
First, I think everybody's an artist of some sort.
Damn. Okay.
Right? Everybody has the potential to develop their art or whatever it is. Yeah, how did you phrase the question? How did I develop?
What is your artistic talent?
What is my artistic
Yeah,
talent? I
tell
don't
us.
know. I mean, you know, I have bars, I suppose.
There we go.
Suppose I write a little bit,
Really?
you know?
Mm.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
He's
Serious?
got a couple
Okay,
of
you could have
albums
led
out.
with that too. Like, interesting fact. Okay, I didn't know that.
Oh, I thought everybody knew that. I thought the cat was out of the bag.
Did you know he's got a couple of albums out?
I did not know that part.
Oh, maybe that
No.
should have been the interesting.
Hold on.
That should have been
Can we
interesting.
I
please
thought
link
everybody
to
knew.
this stuff?
I didn't know that
I
part.
thought
By
everybody
Rome
knew.
Minor.
Oh my gosh, this is so long ago though. This is
Little
like
plug.
it's like 10 years ago.
So yeah, he's
Hold up.
written-
Okay.
Are you on YouTube? Because I will find
Yeah,
it.
Oh
we're
my
gonna
gosh.
find it.
Okay. Okay.
And we're gonna put it in the podcast.
Yeah, we'll see.
I didn't know that.
Oh,
Okay.
man.
All
Well,
right.
yeah.
So you're musical. This is a gifting. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. I used to, you know, dabble in some things.
So maybe not like a painting or like hands, but more.
No, yeah, more musical writing, poetry. I played the trumpet for 9 years back in the day.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah, jazz.
Really, jazz?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Mhm.
Okay.
What is it with everybody on staff here
Niche. Piano.
has played
This
some
guy.
kind
Got
of
a
like
whole
brass or
brass
wind?
band
Yeah.
Hey, listen. Yeah, we need to bring it back. That's
Tuba,
not-
sax, and
We
trumpet.
could have like a little jazz ensemble.
Yeah.
Going on.
Listen, I don't know if I have the lips anymore or the lungs.
Oh, yeah.
Like, cause the lips go first, and then like
Yeah.
it's. I might be able to play like 2 lines. I used to play like Lynn Miller, Pennsylvania
So
65000.
how come?
That's awesome.
In the mood.
Why are we not doing that anymore? You said that was in the past. We're not
What of what?
rapping.
Your music.
Oh, who says that I don't?
Singing.
He's got a lot. He just needs to release.
Come
But
on,
I think
like-
life kind of got away.
You know what happens?
We're gonna put
Busy.
a poll up, and you guys are gonna say
Listen.
if we want this in the next Sunday service.
Listen.
We've-
I'll
You've
be
got
honest.
some
It's
musical
hard.
resources.
I'll be honest. Okay, so like I still write. I have songs that I've that are done.
Mhm.
I just haven't released yet, or I just need to record them. But it's hard to. There's a stigma, if I'm being completely honest,
Please.
with hip hop artists or rap,
Okay.
like where you're not going to be taken seriously.
Hmm.
And so it's hard to be, and maybe this is just in my head, but it's hard to be like a pastor and then also like, oh, wait a second, so you rap? So what do you rap about? You know what I mean? Like, oh, man, you can rap? Oh, man, rap something. I had one person say, hey, can you rap something for me real quick? I'm like, I can, but I'm not going to do a
Yeah.
show for you right now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
Can you
like-
sing something?
like,
No,
can
I
you
can't.
do? You know what I mean? Like, hey, was it at Thanksgiving or it was something like that? And it was, hey, entertain me and my friends.
I've always hated that
And it's
because
like-
as a musician, when somebody's
Yeah.
like, "Hey,
It's like-
can you just whip your guitar out real
No.
quich and just play a bunch of songs?" I'm like, "Well, what
But
song
even
do you
yeah,
want?
but
I
even
don't
like
know."
then it's
Yeah.
like you know what the words that I say
Mhm.
are double entendres and they're deep, and it's like you're not even gonna understand what I'm even saying,
Hmm.
really. So you're just gonna be like, oh man, that sounds good. Like, do you really even know what's good?
Yeah.
Like, or not good? Like,
Lyrically, is it very is it personal stuff or is it?
sure, yeah,
Okay. All right.
yeah.
Cool.
Maybe I'll share. We'll see.
Man, yeah, that would be so neat. Okay, I did not know that. This is good. Okay. So, all right, we're gonna have to hear
That's
this
interesting. Yeah, I
because
thought
Yeah.
everybody knew.
Or-
I guess some people know some, but I guess
That's
the
gonna
cat's
be
out of
part-
the bag
They
now.
know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now they know. I love
Guess
that.
they know.
Okay, so all right, we're gonna have to figure that out how we can
That's funny.
make sure that all comes out. into
It
the
will.
light.
It will.
Well, and I think too because you're both involved with V3. I mean, there is the culture leg, right?
Mhm.
And so obviously it's important to you both. Obviously, it's something that you're both enmeshed in that. So culture, changing the culture, like what does that look like? What is art and what is beauty? And so these are all themes that you guys both are heavily involved in too. And so getting that message out there that, hey, there is actually something called beauty. There is one creator who created that and everything that
Mhm.
goes along with it. So I would think that it's just a big part of your lives anyway,
Yeah.
because you're involved in it.
Yeah, and I
But
think
I didn't know that.
well, it's I think for me, it's therapeutic, and I'm like right brained anyways.
Hmm.
And so is like my daughter Sela. She's very right brain, so very creative. She like makes songs up all the time.
Yeah.
I
Really
love
good.
that. Yeah.
And so,
Which is so funny because I would think that he's left-brained because
Well-
you're so disciplined and
Yes.
analytical.
Yeah.
but I got it. Well, here's the thing. So
Balance.
I'm well. See, like the culture, I would say, like just our world is like, overcorrected us to like, be analytical and detailed and all the things. And so, I am, like that's, well. Here's a great example. Like we talked about earlier. I have to set alarms for everything,
Mm-hmm. Yep.
right?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because if I don't, I'm like, I'm thinking about other things, like my mind's, you know what I mean? Like I'm whether I'm praying or even when I pray
Yeah.
or or whatever. Like
Yeah.
I'm like I'm always like creating in my mind.
Yeah.
But sometimes I have seasons where if I'm always busy, it sucks that creativity away,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah.
So then, and so I need to create space, and when I have space to create,
Yeah.
then it just comes out very naturally, and it's not hard.
Yeah.
And so, but I think most people, like the world would say, be analytical, but I am more right brained, and so I have to, but I've set like structures up to get things done.
Yeah.
Right.
Very
What I'm
wise.
trying to teach my daughter.
Yeah,
Set those
it's
structures.
cool though to view you now through that lens. Like, oh, he is an artist. That's pretty cool.
Oh.
I think that's neat. And I think a lot of people watching would go, oh, I didn't know that either. So, Rome Minor.
I think so. No, people know.
Okay. Wow. Geez. Like I feel like I'm out in left field over here. All right. So I'm going to ask Erin this one for you. What are your artistic inspirations, and what do you find truly beautiful?
I would say I'm definitely inspired by the outdoors, nature. I've always, growing up in Utah, we were going camping all the time and snowboarding. That's a huge passion of mine.
Yeah.
We're big snowboarders, by the way.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Forgot to tell you
Miss
guys
it.
that.
That's amazing.
We don't
So
know
you
much about
you
that
don't
down here.
just-
25
Yeah.
You
years
don't get up
snowboarding.
and just like I would if
No,
I
she's-
tried.
Not
she's
anymore.
nice.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome.
I'll show you a
Yeah.
video.
Okay.
So
Well, there you go.
Yeah. So I'd say that's my hugest inspiration. Even before I believed in God, I knew that when I'd go see like a sunset, to your point before, or just being out in nature in general, or animals, just anything nature creates,
Yeah.
just speaks that there's obviously a bigger something, and it's just beautiful.
Yeah.
The rocks
So,
dry out.
Yeah.
Yep.
Truly, the rocks. That is one of my favorite songs. So will I.
Yeah.
Because it just everything, the mountains, everything.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what inspires me, I guess.
I love that. I
Yeah.
love that. God is the ultimate designer, and to put you in a family where you would grow up in that terrain, right?
Yeah.
Because
Oh,
I
yeah.
grew up here, and I'm like,
Mhm.
if it ain't beach, it ain't pretty. Like I just never got to see any of that.
Yeah.
So when I finally made it, like to Vegas and to the Grand Canyon, which is it's like
The
a tourist
Red
trap in most
Rocks
places,
and-
but it's.
yeah.
I was like, what? Like
Yes.
it didn't compute.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
and I think until I left, and then I was like, I just saw that. Like I didn't
Yeah.
grow up ever seeing that stuff.
Yeah.
Because like when you
Um,
stand by an ocean when you're at the beach, it's just very humbling. You're
Yeah.
like sad. It's just there's something
So-
so
That's
grand
my
and
happy
magical,
place,
just
yeah.
magnificent about it.
Yeah.
Same when I fly into Salt Lake City and these mountains are just
I can
massive.
imagine,
and I look out
yeah.
my parents' front window and they're just towering. It just is very humbling, and
Mhm.
it just kind of makes you remember that you're small
Yeah.
and that I'm the canvas
Mm-hmm.
and that God is creating me to do whatever it is I do day to day. I'd say probably mostly in this season now, being a parent, that is my art right now. That's
Yeah.
my where I have to allow God to transform me so that I can use giftings I have to be a good mom or
Oh, I love that.
I always thought that when I moved to Utah, I think I was like 13. I came from California.
Mm.
So I came from California, and it was like, I thought the mountains, it seemed like Mount Everest to me. Like it was, that's what I thought it was.
Yeah.
I mean, I knew it wasn't Mount Everest, but I was like, this is what Mount Everest is like. I've never seen anything, because even in Southern California, there's hills.
Yeah.
I had never seen mountains like in Utah, the Rocky Mountain Range.
Yeah.
What is
I bet
like,
that. Oh.
and the water,
so
was so fresh.
Oh yeah.
Oh my
It was
goodness.
amazing. I was like, this water from the faucet is the best water
Right.
I've ever had in my entire life.
Not like
and
Tampa water.
I'm assuming every lake you could swim in.
Yeah.
Probably
Yeah.
there.
Well, you don't have to worry about sharks or alligators.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
That's great.
exactly.
Oh,
And
yeah.
that's
Yeah.
that's the thing that
Just some trout and
we
carp.
don't know here. Like
Is
we
it-
have lakes, but it's guaranteed to have an alligator in it.
Yeah.
Isn't Zion? It's in partly
Zion
in
National
Utah,
Park,
right?
yeah.
Zion
Yeah.
National Park. Okay, we
Yeah.
we
Utah
went
has
there.
5 national parks, I think, right? 5 or 6?
I think so. Yeah,
We
there's
went-
tons
At least
of state
5.
Parks,
Yeah, 5,
lots of
yeah.
national parks. Moab, Arches is right next to Moab. It's all in that southern
Yeah.
orange desert.
We went
terrain.
to for her 40th birthday. We went out
Shut up.
there and
Don't tell people. I'm
I didn't tell them how long ago.
It's fine.
Um,
okay.
last week.
Yeah,
It's true.
yeah. It's just last week we went to Utah to celebrate her birthday early. No, but we went out there. Yeah,
5 years
Yes.
early.
yeah,
5 years early.
yeah. So we went out there and we went to Zion National Park and hiked through the Emerald Falls.
Oh, yeah.
Like
The
in the
pool.
Narrows. and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so we went out there. We hiked over there, and then we renewed our vows there
Oh, man.
because a big part of it was the fact that, well, one, we had never been to terrain like that, you
Yeah.
know,
Mm-mm.
and we knew it was going to be totally different to us. So it like the dazzling beauty of the most normal things there would be more like me or way more evident to us. So,
Mhm.
and I'm very much like you, Aaron, where I'm like, if you put me out in nature, like I instantly feel closer to God
Yeah.
because like
Yep.
there's nothing in the way of it now,
Very
you know?
celebrating.
And so, yeah, we hiked out there for that because we wanted someplace where we felt really close to Christ, you know, and like what better place than an area that was not allowed to be touched
Yeah.
Yeah.
because of the natural beauty. And so, yeah, we went there to renew our vows. And like that was just that little taste of what the terrain is like. Anywhere out there was just absolutely gorgeous. So I can imagine what like Oregon and the rest of Utah, we're going
Yeah.
someday.
Yeah, Oregon is
Oregon's
crazy too.
beautiful.
Oregon is, when you fly into Oregon,
Yeah.
you're going to look down and say, this is the most green place I
Yeah.
have ever seen. I remember hiking in Oregon. The differences between Oregon and Utah, well, there's a lot of differences, but one of the differences is with Utah, you can get to a peak where it's like, oh, here's the top. With Oregon, like it feels like you're hiking and it's just like, it goes
You
on.
can't
It's
even
like
see
a,
the
it's,
peak
it's
'cause
like a
it's just
labyrinth.
covered in
It's like a labyrinth.
foliage.
But you know,
Ferns and
do you
trees.
remember this? There was this like cartoon back, like way back in the '90s, early '90s, maybe '80s. It was called. I'm like embarrassed to say it was called Fern Gully.
The last rainforest.
Yeah, the last rainforest. Okay,
Oh,
yes.
Be embarrassed.
My
I
pe-
love
know
it.
a
you two
little
are
bit
my
about it.
people.
Know a little
Okay,
bit about
so
it. Yeah.
literally, when I was in Oregon, I remember hiking there. It felt like Fern Gully.
That's
like,
what I picture it to be like.
That's what it is.
It is
That's
like
what it is.
there's
I'm like,
fairies
man, where is there a fairy? I feel like there's fairies watching me right now, like
Yep.
like hiding behind the leaves. Like
Don't
it was,
cut the trees down. Yeah,
it was
just
like
don't, yeah.
very like mystical and just beautiful and like just like, I mean, there's something here like this is God's creation.
Yeah.
And it's like calling back to, it was just like, I've never experienced anything like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like, this feels like, I feel like I'm being watched. I just feel like I was being watched. I'm like, am I being
By
watched
the
right
birds
now?
and the squirrels.
The
Yeah.
birds and the squirrels are like, we see you.
Yeah.
Yep,
You almost
yep,
hit a
yep.
Disney princess moment.
Yes. And I'm
Mhm.
like, it reminded me of Fern Gully. So
I love that.
Yeah.
So every time I think of Oregon, okay, I'm gonna just level with you.
Yeah,
This
I know
should
where you're
be
going with
the only
this.
thing
Yeah.
I know about Oregon.
Portlandia.
Portlandia,
Yes.
okay.
Great
Right
Okay, so
Armisen.
like for the
Great
record,
show.
Portlandia is, so there's like quadrants, right? So you're east of Burnside, east of
Burnside splits
Burnside,
it, and then the river.
the river splits it. So that's one quadrant is like Portlandia. Like it's
Okay.
I want
like-
to go to there.
like,
I
yeah,
love
go
that.
there.
They have
It's
the
on the
best
east side of the
restaurants
river.
there.
Come on,
Like that is, but then on the west side, it's weird. It's nothing like
Fern
that.
Gully.
Mm.
On the northwest, it's like Fern Gully.
Okay.
And then we live south, and it's like totally different.
Really?
It's, yeah. So
Okay.
it's like it's like, yeah. The Portlandia people are not. And people over here are like, yep, that's the Northeast right
I
there.
love-
That's
We
that's
need to
East.
get
That's
out
East
there.
Burnside.
Yeah.
That's East Burnside for sure.
It's
Cultural
on the bucket
quadrants.
list to go up there.
Best
I've
food.
always
Best
heard-
food. Like The
And
food scene,
Yeah.
The food carts alone.
Oh, I'm in.
are-
Well,
the food carts,
You had me at food.
it's over. Like I go there
Yeah.
just for that. Like,
Well, there was a in my 20s. I was reading this author, Donald Miller,
okay,
and
He's a
he
good one.
was very it was during my, I guess, deconstruction stage of my walk with Christ, and so his books like helped me. They were very entertaining, but they were also very instrumental in helping me like stay close to Christ through that time.
mm-hmm.
So, but he was from Portland. He would constantly, in his books, be writing about the coffee shop that he's sitting in at the moment, you know,
Mhm.
or this little spot. So I've always wanted to go and just kind of like, I don't know, kind of feel like I'm recreating a moment of when I read a certain part of his book, or, you know. So there's like there's the show, the books, just the general
Starbucks
knowledge.
every
Yeah.
corner. I'm not joking.
Well, that part I
Every
don't care
corner.
about.
I'm just saying. It
I'm
literally
one
is
of the
every.
few that is not a
literally is-
Starbucks guy, but
Within a
Yeah.
mile, there's like 7,
Well,
I'm
and
not
in
joking.
Every other
It's
type of
crazy.
coffee shop as
That's
well.
crazy.
and every other kind. Yeah, and there's not a lot of there's not a lot of fast food places in like the downtown area, which lets you know that there's not a lot of chain restaurants. Is what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
So there's just so much good food there. Fire on the
Yeah.
Mountain, Porky No, jeez, I can go on forever.
Oh,
Like,
jeez.
like Tasty and Alder, Tasty and Sons, like, ah,
He's like he's
Stepping
homesick right
Stone.
now.
Starting to salivate, yeah.
what's the Screen Door?
Yeah. Oh, that's the first time I had chicken and waffles.
Ah,
Whoa.
I literally did.
Let's-
I thought
Oh.
I did a little bit.
We're gonna have to take a break here for
Yeah.
Jerome.
Yeah.
He's to collect himself.
Yes, I collected myself.
Well, not to mention we're all probably hungry because it's like getting to dinner time.
I cannot talk about Portland food right now.
Yeah.
Food, but if you get to go, the thing about Portland, what's amazing though,
Yeah.
my last thing is everybody there is an artist.
Yeah,
Mm.
So
that's the
art
sense
is
you get.
is really important to them. So whether
Yeah.
it's their beer, this has 153 hops and a half hops, and it's like there's this much hops,
Don't
or whether
tell
it's
me food and all
where's
that
food-
is not art.
food is.
so
I mean, it is
Yeah.
it is important to them.
Yeah.
Like it is
As it
art.
should be.
And whether it's music, they have jazz festivals there.
Oh yeah.
Oh man, like
Yeah.
everything is
Love
it's a lot of art there. So, yeah,
Which is really, really cool.
Yeah.
It's like
Super,
a
super
huge,
cool.
yeah, that's part of why I want to
Yeah.
go. Let me ask this question. Describe what being a part of 2%, and in the context that we know it, that number we were saying, oh, well, we're a very small part of the overall body, and we want to see that number grow in terms of like, hey, let's be a culture of worship, 24/7, 365, fully embodied worshipers, where you're finding these moments in the everyday and in the mundane, what some might call boring. But yeah, what does it mean to be a part of that and live that lifestyle? Make it a lifestyle.
What comes to mind is at V3 we always say, "Be who you say you are." Zach was always big on, whoever you are in church on Sunday, be that throughout your week and wherever you go. So just being your authentic self, and I think when you're authentic here and there in every group that you encounter, I think that alone will speak volumes as to who God is. Because if people can see God through you just by the way you do your daily life, whether that's going to the grocery store and being kind to someone, or someone cuts you off and you're like, I might run into them at church later on, I probably should be kind. But I think it's just being who you say you are in every aspect. I think that's the biggest way of impacting. So not just trying to check a box or do it just on Sunday. It's really about embodying your faith and living it out in every aspect of however that looks, and seeking God through all of it to empower you to fill you with those capabilities and sharing what He has put us here for.
Yeah.
I think that's I'm gonna add on to that by another one of our values. And it's only true if it's true. So what her is saying, like, be who you say you are, like, it's only true if it's true means, like, I can't come here and when we're at our church right now, but like I can't preach or whatever, or minister to somebody and like, hey, you know what you should do, man? Like, you need to be reading the Word. All right, you need to, sit, silence and solitude, right? And and you need to meditate on the word. Choose a psalm, Psalms 23, Psalms, that's like, do that. And then I'm not doing it myself.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. And so for me, like being like a hypocrite is like that's like the killing dagger for myself,
Mm-hmm.
where it's like, oh, like I can't, like, and this transfers. This is like to every, like, this is, I could be playing pickleball, for example,
Mm-hmm.
right? And if someone hits the ball in and my partner calls it out, I'm like, bro, that's in. It was in. You know what I mean? Like I feel like I'll lose. And Erin knows this. I'll lose sleep over it. Like, man, we won this game. It's just a game. I know, but we kind of.
It was a bad call.
But it was a bad call, and we won on it. And I've had it where I've gone back the next, like, listen, hey, like 3 days ago, when you.
Wow.
That was actually, it was in. I'm sorry, I've been losing sleep over it, man. I wanted to call it in. My partner said, "Hey, man, roll with me." I'm like, man, I think it was in. I was right there. I saw it. No, it's not. It was out. I had a better view. It was actually in. I promise you.
Oh, no.
And so it's like, but like, it's only truth is true. So my point is, like, for me, I usually will go through the door first.
Mm-hmm.
The proverbial door first. So, like, okay, like what Erin was saying, like, whether it's, prayer, meditation, recalibrating my vision to God every morning and night, because I know I can control my morning and my night,
Mm-hmm.
right? And starting my day off with worship, with a song, right? Turning my vision up to Him, opening up to Him and saying, Lord, like, here I am, you are God, I am not. You're a creator, I am creature, right? And then now I can feel confident. I'm still going to make mistakes. I'm still human, all the things, but I can feel confident in speaking to someone like, hey, these are some of the things that I do that you can do that'll help you in your journey. This is what helped mature me in my journey. I still make mistakes. I still sin, but this has helped me mature in my journey. And there's a path that you can take. I can't tell somebody to do. And this is even the coaching me, because I'm a coach, right? Like, and whether it's biopsychosocial, spiritual, like, that's what I do.
Mm-hmm.
And so I can't be one of those coaches like, hey, you're going to do 100 burpees and it's going to help you. It's like, I ain't never did 100 burpees in my life. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I can't tell you to do it.
It's not going to help me, but it'll help you.
Yeah. To do it. Like, if I can't do it, or if I haven't did it, I'm not going to tell anybody else to do it.
Right.
Yeah. And Jesus is telling us, like, this is the way. That's because He did it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah,
He's not telling us to do something that He hasn't done.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So it's only truth is true.
That's right.
So for me, like, that's coupled with what Erin was saying. Be who you say you are. It's only truth is true. And a third one really is, like, be faithful to what God puts in front of you. I don't have all the answers, but I'm be faithful to this day. And this day, me and my family are going to worship the Lord. Like, that's how we roll. So
I think in Regen and any recovery program, they tell you it's the same kind of idea, one day at a time, just one foot in front of the other, and just do what He puts in front of you.
Yeah.
Don't worry about the next 2 weeks. Don't worry about the next year. Like, just do. You can make plans, but He orders the steps.
Right.
And so maybe He will knock you off that plan. We don't know, but like, just stay faithful.
that's
to
how
what's
you
in front of
improve.
you.
Right? That's how you, with anything, like, if I want to get better at shooting a basketball, I want to shoot like Steph Curry. I want to get better. Okay, well, let's start tomorrow.
Yeah. But you've never touched a basketball.
Yeah, never touched a basketball. Okay, that's fine. Get shots up every day.
Yep.
Make it a habit. You don't become the greatest shooter alive by, saying, oh, I want to do that. You're thinking too far ahead. You're thinking like, oh yeah, in a year. No, that's nice to have a goal, but then there's lead measures that lead to that goal. Right now you're here, I'm going to do this step. That's my goal. That's fine. That's up there. It's not an abstraction, but it's up there. So now I'm going to do this goal, then this goal, and this goal. And every day I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to pray. Why? Because He deserves it. Because he is who He says He is.
Yep.
Right. And if He is who He says He is, there's implication to that belief. If He's the King of Kings and Lord of Lords, then I have to act a certain way. I have to respond to that truth.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right. So I need to practice doing that. Now there's forces all around me that are saying, hey, don't do that. Do this over here. over here, Jerome, over here, over here, over here, over here, over here, over here. What? No, I know that's a distraction. Nope. That's a distraction too. No. Hey, social media. Hey,
Yes.
Netflix. Hey, I'm not saying that I don't watch Netflix. I'm saying this too. I'm not saying I don't. I'm not attacking people. Listen, I am guilty too. I am guilty too. We watched a movie on Netflix last night. My sister's in town,
Yeah.
and tonight we're probably gonna watch The Three Amigos because it's hilarious.
Oh my
But listen,
goodness.
but listen, but be aware of the time that we're spending because we can't. That's the one thing we can't get back. That's all. Yeah,
Yep.
Be aware. It's the only truth is true.
Absolutely.
And I love how you both said, that Jesus himself he lived that way too. And I think every time I feel like a solitude, I don't want to do it. Like, I think, like, how many times did Jesus tell his disciples, his buddies, his friends, these guys who were doing life with him, he's like, I need to go be alone. Like, leave me be. Like, he all the time, he was going to be alone, going to be alone, going to be alone, going to pray, go to pray. And I'm like, oh my gosh, if that's not the example for why that's so important, it's just like that recharging he needed. And I mean, the scripture tells us as humans, like, you only get there with the renewing of your mind, and that happens through the regeneration of the Holy Spirit. Like, you've got to go be alone, you've got to go into solitude. So like, I have to remind myself, like, Jesus was the best example of that, and it's like those daily practices of that. So
I gotta write it down. I've
things.
realized because I put stuff in my phone.
Uh-huh.
That's helpful. I'll go through like my prayer list of people that I'm praying for, the church, the families, the couples of Redeemer, and other different pastors and other people. But it's like, I got to write things down because what Erin made a good point earlier when she said, like, in the margins, there's time in the margins, right? Where I could be praying.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right? There's times where I'm picking up my daughter and I got to wait in car line. Hello. Oh, I got a half hour.
Right. Yeah.
What am I doing with this half hour? Right.
Yeah.
Right there, I could be just chopping up with the Lord.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
There's all these opportunities. Again, my thing with opportunities. There's all these opportunities to work on, because at the end of the day, it's like a skill. Like, following Christ is a skill, and so you got to work that. You got to work it. You got to practice.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You got to practice doing these things. And it's the same thing with, loving my wife more, or loving my kids more, or showing more love to them. Like, I got to practice, and I get opportunities to live it out, to flesh it out. There are opportunities all around you.
Yeah.
It's like, I can get, just like I want to get my legs, but I got to do some squats, right?
Yep, right.
Like,
Yeah.
I got opportunities. Well, I never have time to do any squats. What are you talking about? Like, you can watch TV and do 10
As
squats
I'm
right there
watching
as
Netflix.
you're watching the game.
You're gonna prioritize what you want to prioritize
Yes,
when
exactly.
it comes down to it.
Like when you come into church, you can come right there and you can do 5 squats right there, and then
You
walk
heard it here.
and walk up the
Everybody's gonna be lunging up the stairs on
yeah.
Sunday.
So my point is, like, there's opportunities all around us to flesh it out, to live the fruits of the Spirit and to exercise them, because we have to. It's a skill.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That we can get better at.
Yeah, you keep saying exercise because that's what it is. And it's funny because I knew like some of these questions we ask everybody that comes on, and I just knew that in y'all's episode we would get into the discipline aspect, and that, like, it's like,
of course.
like you said, it's a skill. Like, yeah, well, I think that's just, I think that says a lot about you both, because it's obviously something people know about you guys. This is like this is a lifestyle for y'all. You've made it a lifestyle and not just something that you say, but you do. You actively live that way out.
Well, and just to tie on to that, I think a lot of people knew a lot of this information about both of you, but I think because we made the joke of, like, what do I do with my hands? We made that joke.
Yeah.
But, like, the questions I feel like people will have at times about, like, I mean, you guys are in church leadership, so, like, you're easily seen and stuff like that. So whether you want it or not, you are examples to, the lay person in the church, on your, the days where you feel like it, the days where you don't, so, like, you guys have I'll be frank, you guys have a stressful role at, in church and stuff like that. So But my point is that, you know, yeah, a lot of people may know a lot of this information about you, but you know, the why and some of like the nuts and bolts behind, you know, how you live your life and things like that. That's where I feel like people are going to be blessed and hopefully want to like come up to you and like talk to you, or gather more information about areas where you have had victory, you know, with Christ, you know.
Ask me about it. I'm here
Yeah,
on
and that's
Sundays.
I mean, the whole point is, you know,
Eric.
to spur on more conversation, spur on more community, and to, you know, to have that spirit of worship, you know, be 24/7. So, yeah, this information, I feel like it helps share a lot of the why and parts of the how you live your life out, because people need those practical lessons at times. I'm one of those people that like, yeah, I love philosophy and I love concepts, but tell me, what do I do with it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
well, when I
the
walk,
book that you had, that you guys have read together, I think maybe as a group, I don't know, but anyway, I went through the book too, the spiritual disciplines.
Richard Foster.
Richard Foster, yeah. Such a good
Celebration of
book.
Discipline.
I mean, you want to know practical ways to discipline yourself and like find spiritual discipline.
Exercise.
That's the book. Just read the table of contents and go do those things. And yeah, I mean, it's true. It's, you can talk about it all day, and you know the theories. You know what Scripture says about like do this, and we know those things, but you have to practice it out. You have to like.
And I remember reading that book like when I was 30, and I remember like, man, I wish I did all this stuff, you know. And then now, I'm 44. I don't care, you know. And now I'm like
44. I didn't hear you.
Yeah, okay. 44. Doesn't that sound cool? Fofo.
Yeah,
How old are you, Fofo?
I am not.
Hit him with the Fofo. That's how he is. You know what I mean? So, and then I remember reading it again at I think at 40, and I was like, whoa, I'm doing a lot of these things. Yeah. And I'm like, whoa, this is really. I'm like, wow.
It's the hindsight.
But then there was like some where I'm like, oh. Yeah, I need to work on that still. Yeah, I need to work on that still. And so, you know, I feel like this has been my experience in my life. Every 5 years, I've jumped like in maturity, right? You know, I think it's, you know, for most people, you know, 10 to 15, like, oh yeah, wait, why is it 15 to 20? Yeah, of course. Then at 20, you think you know everything. Yeah. And then you turn 25, like, man, I thought I knew everything at 20, but now I know. Yeah. And then you're 30, you're like, man, I'm much more wiser than I was at 25. And then you're 35, and then you're like, man, like I'm following, you know, I'm allowing Christ to, like, I've been walking this out with Christ for 5 years, or 7 years or whatever, like really doing it, not just having my parents' faith, right?
Right.
But actually walking out like, oh man, I thought I knew stuff when I was like 29, but now I'm 30. And then you're 40, you're like, huh. What's 45 gonna be like? And I think even now, from like 44 to like 39, I've grown in ways where like and it just keeps happening if you continue to recalibrate your vision to Christ. Like that's just gonna happen. Like in my 30s, I wasn't praying intentionally every single morning and night. I wasn't meditating every morning and night. I wasn't doing it in my 30s. Right. I was like sporadic, and I was very distracted and video games and Assassin's Creed, and you know what I mean, and get lost in a different reality. And I'm not poo-pooing on people that play video games. Okay, don't get mad. I'm just saying,
I'm
like,
a Call of Duty fan.
Call of Duty, Call of Duty, and then the more I started following, like reading the Word and letting it pour into me and the Word do something to me, then I started having these convictions.
Yeah.
Like I couldn't play Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah.
I couldn't play Call of Duty no more because I'm like, man, they're like, yeah, you want to kill this guy or not kill this guy, or you know, and then you like, I don't want to kill him. And then I want to kill him, and then like he comes later and you have to kill him anyway, and I'm like, oh man, I don't want to do that. I'm like, I don't like this. But then I gotta finish the game because I like to finish things. So I'm like,
so torn.
So I'm so torn. So, but then I'm like, man, now I'm like, wow, that's just, I've grown even out of that. It's because, and this is what I tell people, like, don't try to stop doing something. Like, don't try to stop. Like, oh, I gotta stop doing this. Like, don't focus on that. Focus on Christ, and you will stop doing those things.
Yeah.
Right. And again, a lot of these things are neutral until they're not.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of these things are. We say that
Until they
we say
take
that they're
over.
neutral, but they're really not because they take a lot of time. I mean, I would play a lot of 2K, and hours would go by. And then I'd like do the story mode, and I'll build my own character, and then I'm like, and it's fine, Look, listen, but it's how much time I was putting so much time. I remember playing an Assassin's Creed game, and I remember looking at it. It'll tell you how much time.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna say this on camera how much time it was.
How many
but
days it
I-
listed?
I ain't gonna say how many hours, but it was triple
iPhones do
digits.
that.
It
Yeah, I
stopped
know.
counting
They'll
the
tell you how
hours,
many
started
hours
counting
you
the
got.
days.
That's when I was like, oh heck no. How much time have I spent like with God,
Mhm.
Christ, compared to this? No wonder my life is the way it is.
Yeah.
But you don't see it until you step out of it. And then I'm like,
And
man,
that's very true because I'm gonna go with the video game theme here. Like I got really into playing Guitar Hero and Rock Band.
oh yeah, man, those are jams. Those are
Yeah,
jams.
right?
We used to jam out.
Yeah.
We used to jam
Like
out.
some
Yeah.
some great bands that I learned about because of those games.
I
and
feel
so-
like playing. I thought I was a guitar player because I was getting down. I was an expert.
Oh, me too.
I thought I could play guitar.
Me and
I was
my
good.
roommates, we did like nothing but expert on them and stuff like that. But then I started getting really convicted, like strictly in the vein of music. I was like, oh man, if I would just put this much effort into the actual guitar,
Oh yeah.
like I could
Yeah.
really actually play these
Really
songs.
Yeah.
And so I started getting convicted by that, and so I would start spending more time, playing guitar, like actual guitar, than Guitar Hero because that's 5 buttons, And so I was
You
like,
know
well,
what? I will say this. I did learn how to play a song on it. What's the song that goes da na 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 bum bum da da na da da na 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 da
Yeah.
da da na na
Oh.
da na my love
Classic
da
rock.
da
Oh, yeah.
da da. I wanna
Yeah.
yeah. So
I'll find it and I'm
Leonard
gonna
Skinner or
post it
it's
on
not
here.
Leonard, but I was playing that on Guitar Hero, right?
Yeah.
And then I learned it.
Oh my
I
goodness.
played it on I was like, oh, this is like the same fingering
Yep,
almost.
yep.
I was like, oh,
On a real guitar.
on a real guitar.
Yeah,
So I could play it on a real guitar.
Fret wise, yeah, it
Fret wise, it was like I was like, oh,
yeah.
I was like, oh.
He thought he was Slash all of a sudden.
I thought I was Slash. I was trying to be Slash.
You
I
should have kept the dreads, man. You would have gotten a little
I
bit
know.
closer,
I know. She was so sad when I cut my dreads. She's like, your head is so
I was.
small.
I was.
She was like,
It's the
I was
opposite
like,
of Jamie
leave
when
my
I
head
cut my
alone.
Oh my
hair.
goodness,
She was
Sarah.
happy.
I was happy.
She was celebrating when I cut mine. So
Listen,
yeah,
I cut my hair because there was my last straw was I was eating a Subway sandwich and my dread was in the Subway sandwich, in the mustard, and I was eating the sandwich. And then I'm like, oh heck, I'm like, that's it. I had enough. I was like, that was the last straw, and I cut it that day.
Too. I would have too.
I cut it that day. I'm like, it's too long. It's in my sandwich, and I didn't know about it. That's it. No, that's it.
It's so
That's it.
funny. Yeah,
Cut
we're
it.
gonna have to find a picture of that and put it on there.
Oh gosh.
But no, for real, like going back to what we were talking about, I think the things that can just take a lot of your time. I mean, Zach has called them before, like the lesser loves. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
they're
lesser
loves for a reason. They're loves for a reason because they're not necessarily bad.
Right.
Playing video games. Like I get stuck on social media a lot. Like, and social media has done a lot of good for a lot of people. But like insert thing, right? Like
Yeah.
you love it and it's cool and it's fun. I mean, even hobbies, even your career. I mean, it could be a lot of things. When they take the place of what should be occupying your time, now that lesser love has become the love, and I think that's the danger. So I mean, it's just, I think there's a lot of stuff, and one of the questions we usually ask people on this is like, what are some of those lesser loves that we can, kind of help people avoid those pitfalls? And we've already named a few. It's there's so much, and I think I don't think people are dumb. I think when you know like what's that thing that's just taken me away from my priorities or my calling even.
I'll throw a curveball.
Yeah.
Well, obviously the low-hanging fruit would be like social media, Netflix, Hulu, was it the mall, the
Online
your
shopping.
online shopping.
That's the new mall.
Yeah,
Yeah.
online,
Amazon
the
is
Amazon,
the new Amazon and Etsy is the
um,
new mall.
your sports teams were, yeah, man, yeah, Bucks, yeah, Raiders, yeah, Chiefs, yeah, the Bolt Lightning, yeah,
Oh my goodness.
face paint. Do you get this excited for Christ? Like,
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know. Check yourself. So that's like the obvious, like right in front of your face. I think when we talk about this, like nothing can usurp like Christ's love. Like he has to be number one. So even like sometimes people's children will usurp.
Mhm. Yeah.
And it's like, like and as God gave you that your child for a reason, but Kyra has to know like they can't usurp Christ in my life.
Yeah.
Even my wife
Right.
can't usurp Christ.
Yeah.
Now we're equal because we're one, and we're one in Christ. But even then, like nothing can usurp your love for Christ. Because if you first seek ye the kingdom of God and love Christ first, then everything else lines up. Because he knows how to love. His love is real love. His love is agape love.
Yep.
Right?
It's an initiating
It's
love.
initiating.
It's not
love.
a reactive love.
It's
Yeah.
yes, right. So it's so much deeper and richer than any type of love that I've ever known. So if I'm recalibrating my vision to Him, then I can love my wife more deeply than if I don't have Christ and I'm just putting her number one. Like you're not gonna love her like what she needs, right? What my daughters need, what my children need. Like you can't. So
That's so true because I think for me, what gets in my way is like daily tasks. I'm very task oriented, and that a lot of times takes me away from the relationships that I should be involved in because I'm so focused on task. But I think to your point, even my tasks, because my first ministry, of course, is being a parent to my kids. But sometimes the tasks of making their breakfast or packing their school lunch or cleaning up after them or doing their laundry, I still need to go to God first so that I'm transformed and I am calibrated so that I can love them well and I can be a good example to them and not just be like, oh, well, I don't have time to pray or I don't have time to do my Bible study because, oh, I've got to do this and that.
Yeah.
But I think I'm very distracted by those things of like, oh, this needs to get done, and oh, we're going to be running late, and I have to be on time.
Yeah.
And then, oh, well, this becomes a lesser priority because, oh, well, this has to be done. This is in front of my face and it's tangible. But then I tend to sacrifice my seeking God or spending my time in the Word. And then all those other things, like you're saying, they aren't as robust or like they don't have that behind it, the purpose behind it. So they definitely distract me from putting God
in
first.
that place because I mean I think it's probably any parent would tell you the same thing. And I don't know because like I work full time and then we do the like homemaking thing and then the rearing of the child and all this, and so you feel like there's just so much to do, right? There's just so much to do. There's all these tasks. And so like I feel like if I don't bookend my days, and like you said, like that hit, like I'm only in control of my mornings and nights.
Seriously,
everything that happens during the day, anything can change on pin needle, like and so things during the day, I think I'm in control sometimes, but not really. Things happen and but when she goes down and I've got time, what am I doing with that time? Am I rotting in the couch watching Netflix? Most of the time, yes. But like, what could I be doing with that?
but that's okay. Like, listen,
And sometimes
It's
it's
like
listen.
that analogy when you're on the airplane and they tell the parent, put your mask on first.
I see that one all the time.
And
That's
then
good.
you can assist others.
Yeah. And what's the reasoning behind that? It's from what I understood or from what I heard, and I hope a doctor can post a comment on this, tell me if I'm right or wrong. It's because the amount of oxygen that it takes for an adult, to have, that we need in every breath, pretty much, we need more oxygen than a child does and so like we're more at risk of passing out faster.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
We're not,
So-
if we're
I thought it
not
was just 'cause
healthy,
you-
yeah.
Oh, I thought it was just you had to help yourself before you could help somebody.
Well, I
Well,
think
yeah.
well, I think
Selfish.
it's
But-
it's both
It's that.
because
But
it's
it's-
that
Oh, okay.
it's that, but it's
But-
also like if I'm like trying to help my daughter first and then I pass out, then how is she who's gonna help her?
Yeah, what
Like if
good
all
am
the adults
I-
if all the adults help their
What good
children,
am I?
then all the adults pass out and die.
Yeah.
There'd be a bunch of kids
Yeah.
trying
I'm
to
just
survive.
feeding
Yeah,
myself
that don't
full
be
of
good.
all of this like
Yeah.
unessential stuff.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And then that's what my daughter's witnessing. She's going to do the same. So
Yes.
if I'm not healthy enough, I'm not spiritually being fed, she isn't either because
Yep.
she's learning from watching me,
Yeah.
the way I speak, the way I encounter with
Mhm.
other people, what I do, and how I spend my time. That is, she's going to see it by default. And
Yep.
she's been learning just by watching. But
And
if
it's
I'm
a
not
language
healthy,
that they
I'm
learn.
going to
Yeah.
not thrive and I'm going to pass out. I'm not
Bars.
Gonna
So
Healthy.
good. Yes. Oh, okay. What's your artist name?
Oh,
'Cause
right.
right now she's just spitting bars. Okay. Let's see.
We'll have to
E-Ren?
discuss this in the
E-Ren?
comments.
E-Ren.
What are your
Iran.
suggestions?
E-Ron.
E-Ron.
E-Ren.
Hey, Ron.
E-Ren in the house. E-Ren
D9.
in the house.
Okay.
Mine is
Iran
Oshak
Meyer.
Hennessy. that's my stage name is
Nah.
Oshak Hennessy.
Oh, Shaq Hennessy.
You are done. You're done.
O'Shaughnessy? Yeah.
Get over to Oshak Hennessy's house right now. Tell him what you did. Principal O'Shaughnessy.
Correct.
Get out of here.
What are their names? I almost called them Keel and Curly.
Subordinate
That's a winery.
and Churish.
Key and Peele.
Key and Peele. Thank you.
Yeah.
When,
Link
Redeemer City does not condone that TV show. Okay,
No.
let's see. All right, let me
We
ask.
do.
We have one more question for both of you, and it's whoever goes first. The other one has to lock it in because it's the first thing that comes to your mind.
Okay.
What is missing from modern worship today in the church?
I have. You want me to go?
There you go.
You want me to go? What is missing from modern worship?
Mhm.
Okay.
And that can mean a lot of things.
Yes. Where should I go with this?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think the history behind why we do, the why behind why, the why behind why we worship. Too many whys. But yeah, the why behind it, the importance of it. Like, when you come in and we're worshiping, we start with worship. Why? I don't know, Pastor. Why did we start with worship? Let me answer. Because what you're doing is you're actually you're like invoking the Holy Spirit. Like you're returning, you're recalibrating your vision to God. It's almost like, I was talking to a friend earlier today, it's like a palate cleanser, right?
Mm.
Or if you're like, you have like perfume or whatever, you buy perfume for your wife or whatever, and you smell the perfume, okay, cool, and you want to smell another perfume, but you got to get the coffee and smell the coffee beans
yeah.
first
Yep.
to actually get the smell of the other perfume. That's what it is. Or if you're tasting something really good and like, now try this, but here, first have this like little cold ice cream thing.
sorbet,
It's
yeah,
a sorbet, it's a
Yeah.
palate cleanser,
Yep.
right? What it is, we come in with so much baggage and forces all around us that pull us in all these other lesser loves, right? I already went through a plethora of them just a second ago, right?
Mhm.
But we come in with our mind. I'm not picking on anybody right now. I'm just going to make up some. I come in with my mind like, oh man, my Raiders, man, they play today, or my Eagles, man, the Bucks, they're playing today. Okay, they're playing at 1:00. Okay, let me see. I got them on my mind. They
You're
need to
already
win.
calling
They
out
need
pretty
to
much
win
the
today.
entire
And then-
worship
and
team
then-
right here.
And then on top of that, there, the sportsman, man, I need him to run 10 yards. I need him to run. He needs to get 100 yards, man. I need to come in.
My
Man,
parlay.
I got
My
18
parlay.
fans. Listen, I'm not trying to call nobody. I'm just making up stuff right now. People,
Hear you.
they're gonna be mad. Then you got the fantasy teams, right? And then so my point is, there's nothing wrong with that. That's neutral. But when that's coming in, you can't help it. It's on me. It's on my mind.
Mhm.
I'm coming in, and it's on my mind. As a matter of fact, I'm in the church parking lot. I hope this is nobody that does this. I'm in the church parking lot, and I'm like, oh man, I'm doing my fantasy team real quick.
Oh.
Real quick. Let me see. And I'm missing the sermon. It's okay. What? I'm missing the sermon, but I'll be there for the sermon, but I'll miss worship. And no problem. It's okay. All right, cool.
I'll miss the first song.
I'll miss the first song. It's not a big deal. It's not a big deal. Cool, I'm on time. All right, I missed the first two.
On time.
I missed the first 2 songs, and now okay, we're here. And it's like,
We put our best into the first 2 songs.
yeah,
Come on,
I
man.
know. It's like, man, and it's like, okay, you know what? What you're missing, right, is like it's almost like preparing you to receive, right?
Yeah.
It's preparing you. Your senses, just like if I'm smelling something, or my taste sense, or my smelling sense, or my visual, whatever, like, it's preparing me. Like, okay, let's cleanse your palate. Let's refocus this fulcrum, this ship back to Christ. Okay,
Yeah.
because I was thinking about, man, the Lakers, and this is me. Guilty. I'm thinking, oh man, Lakers, man, they lost the other night, man. Come on, Bron, man, dude, man, you dribbled it, went off your foot. What happened, man? Come on. Why am I thinking about that? Coming in, you know what? Okay, now I try to come into church like, oh, I'm good. All right, cool.
Yeah.
Oh man, what time they play? Okay, and it's like, no, I need to, like, Lord, like, take this from me. First of all, I should be praying, right? Like, Lord, like, this is your time, and I want to be in communion with you and with my brothers and sisters. Like, I want to participate in what is happening right now. That should be my heart. Like, how do I get to participate? Not like I said before, like, do something for me, but how do I get to participate in what's happening? Okay, so now that's happening. Now, okay, now we're worshiping. Now I'm feeling like, and it's not even about feelings, because feelings can push you either which way. It's not about feelings. It's about, like, okay, now I'm ready to receive. Oh, now I'm ready to receive the word of God, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we talk about silence and solitude, and it's almost like, when I sit in silence and solitude, there's all types of stuff going through my head. And Ruth Haley Barton wrote a book called Silence and Solitude. Little plug there. And it's a great practical book. But she says in there, like, like, you come in and your heart is like a river, a jar of river water, and it's just stirred up, and you can't really see what's in there until you, like, calm everything down, and all the sentiment and all the stuff comes around. Then you can, like, start calling stuff out, like, oh, that's a leaf, that's some dirt, that's a bug in there. Okay, well, now I understand what's in my jar.
Yeah.
Right. And it's the same thing, like, when I'm sitting still, it's like all these thoughts are in my head. That's fine, but the clouds slowly disappear, right? And then now I can hear from God. Yeah. That takes usually, not to put a time limit on it, but it takes about 10, 15 minutes. 15 minutes, like, and then all the stuff from the day, from my job or whatever, all the worries of the day can clear out with me sitting still for 15 minutes. And then now it's like, oh, God, if you're ready, now I can hear, because God speaks very softly like this. And if there's a whole bunch of noise going on, then it's like, you can't hear him speak.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So it's like that with when I come in with worship too, because I want to hear him speak through Pastor Tim, through Pastor Mitch, preaching. I want to hear his word. I can't hear his word and get everything that I need to get if I'm. The best way is to come in and participate in worship, and then it helps me to receive. So I think I answered the question, but I'm not sure.
You did.
Okay.
I mean, you did. I mean, you started by saying the why we do this.
It's the why.
It's
The why and the palate cleansing.
The why and palate.
Yeah.
That's what it is. That's the why. It's because I want to receive what God has for me, and I want to turn my vision back to him. Because if we have to do that, we have to practice it. Like, it doesn't just happen. You don't just, like, oh, I get baptized, and now I'm a Christian. Great, yes. And now life is perfect. No, man, you're going out into a war, right? And you don't have your shield up, you don't have anything up, or you just get hit by fiery darts and arrows all over the place. Like, you gotta, like, I have to always turn my vision up to Christ every day, which is why I bookend, to your point, the morning and night. So it says, like, always, because if I don't, I'm slowly, like, doing this.
Yeah.
And if this is me not talking to God. Oh, then a month go by, 2 months, 6 months. Oh, now I'm not, now I'm not loving my wife like I'm supposed to. I'm spending more time being more selfish. And I'm not paying attention to my kids at all. Not caring about anything that they do. And now I'm, this is bad, right? Like, now I'm going the opposite way.
Yeah.
Right? And so that's how it happens. So for me, it's like, it's always this, nope, 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 yep, back to north, back
Yeah.
to Christ,
Yeah.
back to Christ every day, because you're going to be doing this all the time. You can't
Yep.
help it. We live in
Your
a place
flesh.
where the forces are pulling us all the time.
Yep.
Yeah.
So that's why, for me, that worship part is what's needed is to return to an ancient Christian faith. You know what I mean? Like how, like to look back and like, how did we, look to the old past where the good way is. Like, how did we do things back then? Like it's important. Like we need to pay attention to some of these things that the early church did, and not just doing because, oh, well, they went like this and they sat down, and they got up and they sat down and they read and they sat down. And okay, yeah, but why?
Right. Yeah.
What's the why behind they did these things? Let's search that why out, and then we can understand. Oh, this is why we worship this way. Oh, this is why we should worship this way, because this is the why behind it. There's meaning to it.
Yeah.
We've lost a lot of meaning.
Yeah.
And so now we're just like, we just, you don't have meaning, but I don't know why I'm doing something. Like, like, I don't know why I go. I just kind of go, and just because my parents make me, and I feel bad. I guess I feel guilty. Like God will strike me down or whatever, or maybe he'll like take my finances away if I don't go. So I kind of just go because of that. I'm like, bro, like, no, that's not what's happening. Like, we got it. Front hand, backhand.
More Key and Peele.
More Key and Peele. You want to play front hand, backhand?
Influenced by our culture.
Oh,
That
man. Noise.
We're doing
Oh,
all
gosh.
sorts of Key and Peele. This is the Key and Peele episode right now.
We are
Oh man, yeah. But it's just like, it's like sometimes we need to get front hand, backhand, so we can like listen. That's not what we're like. What's the like? Find the why. I don't know why. Okay, we'll talk to your pastors. We'll tell you why. And we're planning on doing that. We're going to explain some things so you can understand why we do these things, right? Because if you understand the why, if your kids understand the why, that's what's been lost between like the generations from like the boomers, like to us, is the why. Like the boomers like knew why, and then they didn't explain to the Generation X, and we kind of were just like, we kind of know why. We just kind of do it because our parents do it. And then millennials were like, man, I don't know why I'm doing this. This is stupid. And now you got Generation Z, and they're like, is it Z
We're
or
not
Alpha?
doing
Or
it.
he's like,
We're not doing it.
Or the I generation, or the
whatever.
iPhone
I don't even know what's
generation.
next, but they're like,
I don't either.
and then I think Alpha like, now you have people like, you know what? I'm just gonna ask AI, ChatGPT. They'll tell me what to do.
Well,
They'll lead me.
It's funny because when you think about like, well, it's not really funny, but it's a interesting observation because, like, if you read through like the Torah and then like the path of Israel come, from Egypt, and like the countless times that God has like been fed up with them and then like restored them, and then they screwed it all up again. They didn't teach things to the next generation. The next generation, and at some point there was like one king that was like, wait, I have not read any of this stuff. We're supposed to be doing all this. Let's rebuild this temple. Holy cow. And then like this one king just totally was like flabbergasted by the fact that the generations before just never taught those things. It was like, look at all, like everything we've been missing out on. And, because the generations didn't teach the next generation, or they didn't teach them effectively, or, or they didn't communicate it well, whatever the reason is. So like that's, but then God still gives us a way, which is
always, there's always a way to turn back.
Yeah.
The enemy thinks he's won. Like, they're getting disconnected,
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's how you do. Like, then they'll be divided, and I can conquer them. They'll be easy. It's easy to pick off, the devil like a roaring lion that he can devour. It's easy to pick off somebody that's just straggling behind. Like, oh, look at that little gazelle by himself. Like, not going to communion. Doesn't even know. Matter of fact, a lot of us Christians are like, I'm a Star Wars guy. Here's another thing about me. I like Star Wars. I'm a big Star Wars guy. And it's like, but a lot of us like, we're like, man, I'm a Christian. And I have here's my lightsaber. Here it is. What's the button? Where's the button at? How do you turn this thing?
Yeah.
How you turn this thing on? Okay, I don't know how to wield it really. I don't know any.
Yeah, right.
I'm like, the enemy, his demons are like, this guy doesn't even know how to wield this sword. Look at this guy.
Right.
We got this guy. I'm not afraid of that sword, man. You don't even know how to turn it on. You don't even know where the button is. But I got one right here in my hip.
Yeah.
And it's like, so, I think of Hosea 6. Is it 4:6 maybe? Like, my people are destroyed because of lack of knowledge.
Yep.
Yep.
That's what it is. My people are
Mhm.
destroyed because of lack of knowledge. They don't know the why behind it. They don't know the knowledge behind it. They're just doing things, and then eventually they're like, I'm not doing this anymore. This is, you know what? I'm not going to come to worship.
Yeah.
I don't understand.
Yeah.
I don't know the
I
why.
don't get this.
I'm not connected
Yeah,
to
I don't-
this.
I don't know
yeah.
why.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
All right, your turn. What's missing?
Ditto. No.
That's it. Podcast.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'd say substance. I don't know.
Substance.
But I think it goes back to the why of once you know why, then you have the substance as to what you're doing.
Yeah. Well, I didn't understand why we did communion every week for a long time.
Yeah.
And then it was one morning and Mitch was going through it and just like the Holy Spirit was like, got it, dummy? There we go. Like it just clicked for me.
Yeah.
But it really hit home for me last week when Pastor Tim was talking about it.
Mhm.
And if you didn't listen to his sermon, go back and listen to it. He said that there was one word, communion, and the Greek
Koinonia.
Koinonia.
Yeah.
Participation.
what? Like the realization for me on how deep,
How
wide
intimate
of
that
it,
is,
yes,
the closeness. Yeah.
of the
Yeah.
relationship that word entails. I mean, I've been doing communion since I was like 6 years old in the church, and to be 41, 41, and just now hearing that word means intimate relationship with the Father, and that He's going to participate with you in that. It was like, wait, what? So that was very, eye-opening. It's just like these layers that God over time just affirms and confirms for you and goes, see, I'm here. I'm telling you, I'm building on this. I'm building on this concept. I'm building on this theology. I'm building on this truth. And it's really cool. It's really just, but for me, I didn't get communion for a long time, but watching him just kind of show up and be like, no, it's important.
Yeah.
I promise to participate with you.
Like for me, like the Eucharist, the communion, like even before we got the real bread and the wine, which is great. I'm glad that we're doing that.
That's styrofoam, dude.
But even with the styrofoam, right? I remember talking to Mitch, and I like told him about breaking in the ear, and we started doing that, and he would put it up to the ear, and he's like, snap it. And for me, I would tell him, like, I remember talking about it, it's hard for me to do that. Like, it's not easy for me to do that. Why? Why is it? You break it, and you eat it. Well, for me, like, I almost would, I would tear up because I know that I am participating in, like, the breaking of his body. Like, when I break that, that's me crucifying him.
Yeah.
I don't want to do that. But he's saying, actually, I have to die. This must happen. I don't want to be the one to do that.
Yeah.
God.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want, but for me to do what I have to do and for you to be covered and for me to reach into heaven and down to earth and be one in the middle to bring it together. Yeah. That has to happen. And so sometimes it's taking me like 30 seconds once to crack. And it's just like, and I remember cracking it and like, it would just hurt. It would hurt to crack it. Yeah. And remembering that, like I participated in that. Like I broke your body. Yeah. And so that reality is true, right? So for me, it's
my sins made that necessary.
Yes, this is because of my sins that I have to, that this is happening, that you had to do this. Now I'm remembering why. Well, why do we do it every week? Because guess what? I need that type of remembrance, right? Like I need that, because if we go too long, I'll be thinking I'm smelling good. Like, man, you know what I'm saying? I'm feeling good. I've been good. You go, I'm good, right?
And in a sense, it's like that alarm for us,
Exactly.
That
Yeah, exactly.
Alarm.
It's that spiritual alarm.
That's too long.
Yes.
Yeah, we've gone too long to really think of the sacrifice that was made.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Again, that's so for me. Like every week is is it's the same reason. Why do I pray and meditate every day? Like, why not just do it once a week? Like, why not? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and why not do communion like once every 3 months? Like, no, like once a no. I need it every. I mean, we should do it every day.
Every day.
You really, because it's like reminds me to remember. Like, guess what? Like, you were God. You were God, and I am not. You did this. I need you.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I need you, and I can do nothing without you.
Yeah.
Like, it's when we get that, and we actually embody that, lives are changed.
Mm-hmm.
But until then, we just kind of like, yeah, I kind of know. Intellectually, I get it. He died on the cross and stuff, and blood came down. His blood heals me. Cool. Now I get to go into heaven and do cool things.
Yeah.
It's
Don't
like,
go to hell.
like, yeah, that's a very, very adolescent. I wouldn't even say adolescent. It's a very just juvenile way of thinking, like even childish way of thinking. Right? It's so much like the mature way is like, yeah, it's because of you that this yeah.
We
your
need
sins.
we need that personal, like humbling reckoning.
Yes.
Of that, because like it's very easy for us to point at other people and say like, yep,
Yeah.
that person needed Jesus.
Yep, and it's like I'm pointing there, and I like when Mitch says this. Hey, one finger pointing you, and then 3 fingers pointing back at you. And it's like, oh man, it's like it's because of me. It's been me the whole time.
That's
no.
that's why I got
That's
to point
why
with
I
all
point
10.
Like this.
Yeah,
I
point
point
with-
like this. So that doesn't happen.
Yeah.
No, we talked today about like how big God is, and like He made these mountains in Utah, and like just all this oh my gosh, my sweatshirt, all this incredible, beautiful, like these massive, like I can't even think of a word to describe how big, right? Like God is, and He's made all these big, crazy things. I mean, look at stinking space. We don't even know how many galaxies there are. But come on, like how big He is, and yet
Who are man?
small enough
Mhm.
to have that to go, now I'm going to participate today with you in communion. And when you break it, that's going to affect you, because He's also, I wouldn't say small enough, but He can be intimate enough. And it's just like, we serve both.
It's
Like,
so
both things,
it's heavy.
both and.
It's the Psalms 8. Like when I ponder the the heavens and moon and the stars and if you have it at this, like literally just sit out one day and just consider the heaven and the moon and the stars. Just sit and ponder it. Like and I've done that before. I remember looking at an app. It was like one of those little apps that tells you like
one?
yeah, you're like
I
I'm
do
like-
this almost nightly.
Yeah,
just so
it's
you know.
great.
I'm not
But
joking.
I remember looking at
I
the
go
app
outside.
and I was like, wow, this is like 10 years ago, or whatever. And I was like, man. And then I kind of like, God is so awesome.
Yeah.
Like because I stumbled. I like tripped and stumbled on the Psalms 8. Right. And I'm like, I was just reading, and I just flipped my page. I'm reading Psalms 8. I'm like, man, when I consider the moon and the stars, I'm like, hey, that's what I've been doing.
Yeah.
Wait a second.
Yeah.
And I'm who is man that you are mindful of him?
Yeah.
Who is Jerome? Who is Aaron? Who is Jamie? Who is Drew? That you are mindful of me. Like you are mindful of man. Like we're like the galaxies. What?
Yeah.
Like who are we? We're something important to you. Like obviously you loved us so much that you came down and you suffered and you died and you rose again and you brought us back in communion with the Father. Like who are we?
Mm-hmm.
Who that you are mindful of us.
Yeah.
Like sit and ponder that. Right?
Yeah.
And when you do that, sit and ponder that, and then break the bread, and take the bread, and then take the wine. Like sit and ponder these things. The why, like why would you like? And it's the mystery. Like I don't know, but it has to be something. We have to mean something.
Got to embrace the mystery
Right.
sometimes.
We got to embrace the mystery. So.
Well, I think the more that we talk about this, I'm thinking about worship for me and like what was missing, because I never used to be much. I was very like hands to the sides and just listen to everyone else. I'm not gonna sing out because it was all like worrying about myself. But I think the more that I got to know God and was more grateful for who He is and what He's done, and just having that relationship, I think naturally, like over time, my worship has evolved where I'm more fluid, I'm open, I'm raising my hands, I'm like getting emotional during it. And I think for me, what was missing personally was just that knowledge of who he was and that relationship to want to worship.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
just allowing myself to be porous is a word that we like to use a lot, being porous to receive who he is and allowing God to change my heart and just engage with what he had for me. So I think what you guys are saying of like just getting to know him and pondering those things and just seeking him and seeing him, he starts showing up in ways that we don't notice before.
Yeah.
And then you just naturally start worshiping, whether that's in church on Sundays, and I'm a little more free with my worship because I have something to give back and just acknowledging him. But even as I go about my day-to-day, like my day-to-day worship is changed because I'm receiving and being porous and just being transformed.
Yeah.
So I think a lot of times that is what's missing, is we're not allowing, we're so worried about what I might look like to those who are watching or what I might sound like, or I'm not, I might not be smart enough to speak or to sing. I don't have the voice. But I think if I just get the distractions out of my head and realize that this is just about me and my God, my creator, I think that changed my worship personally.
Yeah.
It's
tremendously.
So good. Yeah, because it's the same King David who wrote, "Who is God, or who is man that God would be mindful of me?" It's the same. He's the same one that danced around naked.
Yeah.
That was his worship
Yeah.
because he was so uninhibited,
Yeah, exactly.
so free. Not saying we should do that, but it's
At least not in
not communally.
You can do it in your home. You can do it in your home.
communally.
Just don't have friends over when you're doing it.
Society won't allow it.
No judgment.
No judgment.
Just
No,
no
but
pictures either.
It's the same King David that had that view, that right view of God, that you're just so big, but I know you love me. And then his outward just, I gotta worship, I gotta dance. Like it's an outpouring of that relationship. And so I love that answer. That's a great answer. So that was all of our questions. I feel like I know you guys a little bit better than I did. I'm still laughing at the Jerome Minor thing because I just didn't know. I just didn't know.
It's a whole rabbit trail.
And now
with the Jerome
I
Minor.
need to go find this information. I'm like literally in the car when we're going home. I'm Googling this.
And there's more to come. There's still got.
Okay. That's
One
really
day.
exciting.
Jerome, let me know if you need a guitarist or a cajon player
Okay.
for any of your stuff.
Hey, listen.
I don't do full drum
I
sets.
feel like gypped that like we don't have this happening all the time.
I can't believe you didn't know.
Where are you on Sundays?
Hey.
Well,
know what?
he
When
kind
we
of
were
has a
with
lot to
Arbor-
do.
First of all, I
Wait,
did.
do you have a
You
job?
did. When we were
I
with
did.
Arbor, you did a
Yeah.
spoken word with Jesse Elliott.
I did.
You did,
I
yeah.
spit, yeah, I spit with Jesse.
Excuse me, I don't remember this.
You know?
No, you weren't there. This was
Okay.
during your part of one of your
One of my deconstructions.
Deconstruct-
Yeah, I went up to Jesse.
See what you missed out on.
See?
Yeah.
Yeah,
This
that's right.
is okay.
That's on you, babe.
Fine, it's
That's
on
all right.
me.
That's
We'll
on
roll
you.
with it.
That's right, I did. That's
See,
right.
it's come full
Okay,
circle.
all
We
right.
get to do it
That's
again.
fine. We had a spoken word at our wedding, and I thought it was just like one of the coolest things. It was so neat.
Yeah, we had a friend of ours give a spoken word on love.
It was really cool.
Yeah, it was really awesome
Yeah.
because nobody really expected that, and we're also two white people who all of a sudden had somebody do like pretty much it was
Really cool.
it was. I mean, I considered it like some form of rap or hip hop because it had music and everything to it.
Yeah.
The guy just wasn't singing melodies to it, so like a lot of people at our wedding were like, "What?"
Yeah, they were like.
But then when they heard it, they're like, "Oh my!"
Yeah.
I'm like, this is
good.
deep. It was good though. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, listen. You missed out.
Clearly.
You did.
I'm
You
sorry
did.
you did. Do you
I
want
was there.
something now?
Yes. Oh, come on.
Okay. He's
I mean,
I'm
feeling it.
waiting.
What you got for us, Jerome Minor?
let me think of something.
We're gonna call this the share your gift segment.
Share the gift. Okay. Clear the throat. Let's see. You can look at me. I don't care. I was running from God like Usain Bolt, knees high, stuck in a storm, no raincoat, but I stayed fly. Leak from a pen, the pain wrote from the inside, made from his image is finished to telesty. With my telescope, seeing my end, my telos. This ain't it, but I might tell you if you get close. But until then, let's keep living for the one, the only one that gave us life. Nailed to the cross for your boy, and your boys, and your girls, and their children, and their children. Here's a lesson, it's a blessing. Participate in his presence. Can't conceal it, it's a privilege to raise a child like a village. I'm ready and willing to hear and obey, increasing my faith. Demons, they fear me, can't come near me, because great is he who's in me, who roams on this earth. Fall back to the dirt, they under my shoe. I don't walk, I run in my lane. Me, a lame impossible. You see these legs pumping, blood of Christ flowing. Get the Bible, let me show you something.
Mm.
Oh,
Ooh, okay.
That's so good.
Yeah, a
I
little
did
something.
not think we were going to get that. That's so good.
There you go.
That was really
A
good.
little something for
Beautiful.
you. Got to watch the whole episode, all 3 hours.
Yeah.
No,
We're going to have to do like a
golden egg at
we
the
have to
end.
do like
Yeah.
one podcast snippet and then we'll drop the whole thing. But yeah, that
Yes.
man. That's so
wait
good.
all the way to the end.
That's 10. Okay.
Ah,
That's a
a little
gift.
something.
That's a gift.
Yeah.
No, that's a gift. Man, all right. I'm so glad that we got to do this with you guys. We've
Thanks for
I
inviting us.
was wanting you guys on for a while.
Yes.
Fun.
But also for you guys listening, in the comments, obviously just put anything that you guys. Oh, am I out of the frame?
You're like
The
close.
Producers back there telling me that I'm
Uh-oh.
not in this. Hello.
There you are.
Any songs that you guys like want to hear or connect that help you connect with God, like on Sundays. Put them in the comments. We want to add them to the rotation and things like that. And again, just any ideas you guys have. Like if someone had come to me and said, "Hey, we hear Jerome does some spoken word," we would have put it in on Sundays or something like that. So just anything like that. Painting, whatever.
If you haven't heard Jamie sing New Wine,
Okay.
oh
Mm.
my
Oh, do you guys
goodness.
want to hear some of that right now?
I mean, hey,
Ready,
listen. Listen,
No.
no, okay, she ain't gonna do it, but listen, okay, that's all I gotta say.
We're all for
That's all I gotta say about
He's
that.
Yeah.
braver than I am. No, but thanks for listening. Of course, like and subscribe. We love you guys. Thanks for listening.
With real life stories on display.